I like that jingle. Good morning. Here we go. Here we glow. Good morning. It's Mornings with Matt and Bob, powered by Chewy. We're all set up. We're raring to go. We're happy to be with you. We're going to help you make your morning just a little bit better, make your coffee a little bit hotter, and make your workday a little more tolerable, if that's even possible. But before we do any of that, we've got to tell you who's here. The starting lineup taking the field right now, coming out of the dugout. Ready to swing for the fences today.
Corking his bat.
I'm greasing the ball right now. I got some Vaseline right under the rim of my cap.
I need some for my lips. So check.
Oh, do you? Here you go. Oh, look at that. The man straight ahead, the hardest working man in show business, heavyweight champ in every aspect of his life. And ladies, there's a lot of aspects. He's a shoe head, a food head. He loves those taco trucks. Oh, man. He loves music, all kinds of music. He's diverse.
Yes.
His diversity is diverse. That doesn't even make any sense, ladies and gentlemen. He takes your phone calls on the fly, keeps the levels right, runs the transmitter. That's 100,000 watts he's got under his command, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, I want you to pull over to the side of the road, put your blinks on, put your hands together for the incomparable Mr. Chewy El Dorado.
Yeah. It felt good that time. And every single other time it's happened. But let me introduce the fella walking in here like a WWE wrestler as the intro is coming on.
I mean, where's his walk-on music?
I don't know. He deserves one. And he's a man that's been on stage.
Oh.
He's been in film. He's been on television. I think it was... What was it?
I don't know.
It's called Heart to Heart.
Heart to Heart.
Heart to Heart.
Ah, yes. Heart to Heart, ladies and gentlemen. He's still a stand-up comedian. You know, he was a free agent, but you know what? He's got a little something coming
I
up.
played
think
Lacey in Cagney and Lacey.
And he is going to do it for you today. Bring you all the laughs that you will see this coming next week at Cap City Comedy Club. Ladies and gentlemen, his name, Matt Bearder!
Thank you so much. Have we done the intro? Sorry, I'm late, guys. There was a wreck that brought me here in a convoluted
Again?
way.
Every morning there's a wreck.
No. Usually I'm just late. Today was a wreck.
Okay.
No, I thought it was going to be super, super late. Let's introduce Bob. We haven't introduced Bob yet, have we?
I haven't.
All right. Well, from the top of his head to the tip of his toes, it's nothing but talent, ladies and gentlemen. Today he's in, I think, the 8th car I've seen out there.
Well, I don't want you to have that. I've got an old car flex anymore. You know, I got that too. I'm driving a 15-year-old car today. So, yeah, that's what I do. See, I'm cool like Matt now. I got an old car.
Well, Super Soul was out there last week. Now the GTX or whatever that thing is. GX.
That's a GX 460.
The GX 460.
That's been modded. Not by me.
Out there in the parking lot. He's a man of many cars, and as a man of many stories, he's a man of many talents as well. From the Irwin Center to GSD&M to television production to radio promotions to actually being on air. Okay, I thought we were doing my resume. I know, but there's this thing we do sometimes when we do the introduction.
Oh, sorry, I should just
where I'm just introducing.
Mic off.
And then you don't have to turn mine off. Just a lot of times when we do it. Then you start correcting sometimes or letting me know. I mean, I'm just trying to get to the...
I got you.
I got it.
He was a snake charmer. He was a goat handler.
Oh, yeah, I handle some goats.
See, he can't.
Can't help.
I handled some goats.
Ladies and gents, will you do me a favor? There's only one Texas Radio Hall of Fame member in this building, and I happen to be fortunate enough to sit next to him. A round of applause, if you don't mind, for the progenitor of the Bob Fonseca's Rock and Roll News. He is the namesake, in fact. It's Mr. Bob Fonseca.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Matt Bearden. Thank you, Chewy El Dorado.
I don't know. Fighting
you know what? You know what?
Yeah. What do we know?
I've never used this job for my own
Personal
gain or anything like that. Now, it's been done in the past.
I wish I
It's
could.
been done by various people on various stations throughout the years, from Dick Clark to Wolfman Jack and all that. I am in the Texas Radio Hall of Fame. I never really think about that. I don't even know what that means. But, listen, I have vehicles I need to sell, so I'm going to use this time right now. I have a 2009 Challenger RT that's on the block right now. Still got a lot of miles left in it, a lot of good miles. It's a Hemi, 5.7.
That thing got a Hemi in it?
5.7. Maybe I should give me the VIN.com guy. Yeah, don't we know him?
Please, if you know somebody.
Also a 2012
Bob's come on
Lexus
hard times.
GX 460, which has been modded, lifted. It's got big old 30. What were those, 35-inch wheels on it? I don't even know.
I don't know. I think it could be.
It's got bronze wheels.
I think it could be lifted a little more.
White.
And remove those ground
It's
effects.
leather.
How much
real
you want for that
wood.
thing? I'll probably buy it from you right now.
I take $17 right now for it. Right now.
$1,000 or just
Jesus.
$17?
Yeah,
No,
no, he's,
17,000.
he's one of those guys that thinks he's got something. I'll let you sell it to somebody else.
Yeah,
And why is it worth 17?
because it's luxurious. It's plush.
Sounds old though.
It's a Lexus. It'll go another probably 200,000 miles.
Damn.
Built like a tank.
Can you guarantee those 200,000?
Big rack on top. Big knobby tires. Bronze wheels. Also, let's see, what else do I need to plug today? I should be allowed to do this.
I'm sorry you have to.
Please subscribe and like to my other YouTube channels, The Media Room and what's the other one called? United States of Analog.
That one's good.
I'm actually selling.
I've done over 70 videos now.
Yeah.
And I'm closing in on the 10,000 subscriber mark, which is
I'm not
I
someone
think I
who
would be
goes-
100,000 subscribers by now, but I don't understand. I don't understand how some people can watch. Like, some of my videos have like 60,000 views.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't everybody just hit the subscribe button?
Because you're not Lindsay Renee.
Right. Because I don't have cleavage.
You're not a sexy
Because
woman
I
with
don't
cleavage.
have cleavage.
Yeah.
That's it.
You
Live
could
with it.
get cleavage.
That's it.
There's some downfalls of being a woman too.
Yeah.
This is the only one I
Tell
can
me
think of
one.
being a man. Period.
You can vote. You can smoke.
Not soon. I mean, very soon. I think they're going to be taking
Well,
that away.
that's true. There are a couple of rights that that they've taken away. I'm not for that. But it's just kind of funny the way that worked. Anyway, that's it. Those are all the plugs. I just feel like, been here 33 years. I should be able to have like one morning a week.
I feel like
I should be able to plug my stuff.
You've been here 33 years. I feel like you should.
But I got to
buy more
get
cars.
I got to get those cars out of the, off my.
What are y'all going to drive?
I don't know. I don't
Does the
care.
bus go out there?
I don't care. I don't care.
And now, is the selling off of the cars, is this out of anger? Like, are you mad at your kids and you're selling off their cars?
Yeah.
Or have you just decided that they...
No, here's the deal. Oh,
Okay,
my God.
okay.
Please don't get me started.
Don't get 'em
My
started.
Well-
wife is a softie, and she's probably asleep right now.
let
I
her
hope
pay
she's
for
not
it.
in the bathroom getting ready for her day and listening to this. But
These
she's a
kids
softie.
are your wife's
So I
passion
always tell
project,
these kids, they're all drivers now. They're all fully licensed drivers. We don't even have any. What do they call that when you're under 17 or you're under 18? There's not even any
Yeah, I know.
provisional.
The judge said I had to stay away from them, too.
There's not any. These are full licensed, insured drivers, and they need cars to go to school, go to work, whatever. We try to help them out. But you know what it's like when you buy something they want something, so you try to try to make it happen, and they try to make it happen, and then they get it, and it doesn't fit the lifestyle that they have because they don't know what their lifestyle is going to be because it's changing every day. One day they're in school, the next day they're working, whatever.
Okay, I like
So
just drive the car.
a giant Lexus whale doesn't fit into the school. I don't know how even. I don't even. Don't even.
And
don't
are you
get me
saying this
started.
or this person's saying this? Your
I'm
child?
saying it. They can take the bus, and hopefully we'll get bus service out in B Cave.
Yeah, I
soon.
was going to say that's going to be difficult.
Hopefully we'll
You're
get,
still going to have to drive your kid to the bus stop.
Hopefully we'll get B Cave Metro.
Well, I
soon,
mean, that's a
but
nice car. They can't, do some Ubering or something and make some.
I think it would be cheaper, but I don't know. I don't.
No,
know.
I mean Ubering
I
in the
don't
Lex,
know.
like working,
Listen.
physically having a job.
My wife's the softie. You know me, I'm old school. I'm hardcore.
Who
You
mows
know?
the lawn?
I feel like he still hasn't answered any. I don't know where we're headed right now.
I don't think
Do
he's
you?
hardcore either.
I'm street, dude, and we talked about that.
And who mows the lawn?
I do.
Can I be honest with you? And I don't want you to take this the wrong way. You're not street.
That means I'm going to take it the wrong. Whenever someone says that, whenever they say, "Hey,
We're meant for you to take it the wrong way.
right," I don't want you to take
I'm
this
not
the
gonna
wrong
deny
way.
your
I'm bringing
that
this up.
means you know that I'm going to feel like I'm taking it the wrong way.
I was going to say you are street, but that street's Fifth Avenue, and that is an issue.
It's Rodeo Drive.
Yeah, so come on, man.
You tuck that in when you walk in, don't you?
Let me get my
You tuck that
stainless.
in
Let me get my
between
stainless
the-
steel chain out.
Between
show you
the
how
car
street I am.
and work, you tuck that in.
I got to sell some cars though. I don't care what. I'll best offer. I'll negotiate with you. I don't care.
Really?
I don't care. I just got to
OBO.
get it off my insurance.
All right. Maybe a Super Bowl. You sign
That
the
Lexus
car?
is nice though. I drove. You know, it's like, man, maybe I should keep this just for myself for those days where I got to go to Home Depot or I've got to go out. You know, if I camp or something like that. You know, where I want to feel like Matt Bearden.
It's a cooler car than your Tesla. I mean,
You know?
the thing is I would lift it more than it's lifted.
Well,
right
it has
now.
it has adjustable
And I would also,
height, whatever.
I'd take those factory bumpers off that thing.
Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put any more money into it.
Well, then you're making a huge. Then you might as well sell it.
Big mistake.
But it rides nice. I was like driving it to work today. I was like, yeah, man, this drives nice.
Yeah, it's a nice car.
But I'm not into, and no offense to anyone it is, I'm not into ICE anymore.
What do you mean, like meth?
No,
like immigration?
internal combustion
Internal
engine.
combustion engines.
He's so into the EV culture now that he uses this ICE term.
And what are you going to get? A Mach E? Rivian?
I think I still have the invite to the Cybertruck, and I might pull it. If I can.
For your kid?
If I can trade those two cars I mentioned and my
Just do it.
EV,
Yeah.
I think I'd be okay. I think I could swing it.
I wish you could drop it like the one I saw, the pic I saw.
You're so. Every time I show Dylan, we got so much stuff to talk about. We got Roadhouse to talk about today. We've got
What else?
pro GeoGuessers to talk. Did you guys watch the video I showed you?
We got George Wallace later.
We got George Wallace, the world famous comedian, coming in.
Mm-hmm.
God, that's intimidating. What are we going to ask him?
I met him before. He's super nice.
I know. I think
You
I
know,
met
he
him
used
too.
to do radio as well, so
Oh,
he's
good.
easy. He's easy. You just set him down. It's a little intimidating because he's not.
Still him.
He's certainly not an up and coming. He's a guy who's hit legendary status.
Right.
But you know what I really like about him is he'll still do clubs.
Yeah.
A lot of guys
No,
at
I
his
know.
level refuse to do clubs,
Right.
Because you got to do more work,
Right.
But the shows are always better in clubs than they are in big theaters. That's just my opinion.
Right.
But my opinion is right.
That's why
Usually.
Attell did it in a small club.
Anyway, I was just telling you the pictures that you send me. I show them to Dylan. And he goes, "Yeah, that picture is a concept. That's a what do you call that, Matt?
It looks like they've
It's
customized
AI.
something.
It's computer generated.
Really?
Yeah,
Damn. He can tell that?
yeah.
Is he the one like
Because
a
he
dude?
knows. He knows what can be done. He knows what can be done and what can't be done to those.
Okay.
Is he like supposed to stop the cyborgs in Terminator?
I don't
You
know.
think he's gone that far?
I don't know.
I still just don't. I guess what I still don't understand is you're selling off cars to then buy yourself a car. How are your kids? Are you just telling your kids they need to buy their own cars?
Yeah.
You haven't gotten. You
Right.
haven't really actually been clear about what's happening.
Exactly. Get off your ass like I did and go finance your first car. I think what year did you finance? I financed my first car at like 22. I went down to the dealership. I had a job at KLBJ Television down at 10th and Brazos. And I had, steady paycheck. I needed a car. I didn't want to drive the Pontiac Sunbird around anymore. Yellow with a white top.
What?
Yeah. That's the kind of embarrassing car I had early on.
I think I was 18, and I got the.
And I go, I don't want to
Cherokee
drive the car that my parents bought me anymore. I want my own car. I went down to Lamar and where's that old Whole Foods used to be? Down by the saloon, by Shoal Creek Saloon.
first. You know it.
Right
What is
across from the Shoal Creek Saloon
Yeah.
was a Volkswagen dealership. And I
Okay.
went and I got myself a 1982 Scirocco.
1982 Scirocco.
Volkswagen Scirocco. They don't make Scirocco anymore, and I don't know why they don't make it anymore. It was cool. It was like a little mini 1.8 liter Porsche. I thought it was pretty cool. Straight stick. I negotiated that on my own behalf.
I think the first time I financed a car, I was around 45 years old.
Jeez. And I've been losing money on cars ever since.
My Jeeps has done me right.
Yeah, I'd always just gotten used cars, or heck, back in the day, I sadly had to have my parents come in and co-sign on stuff because I had no, when I was making my stand-up money, I had no way to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had no credit, basically.
Right. That's what I had. I had it in like gunmetal gray. I love that.
Those were incredible cars.
I love those. I love that car.
That's one of the best cars that was ever made.
It had all kinds of
problems,
finish issues.
I know, but it still
it was in the dealership constantly.
Fun,
but it was fast. It had straight stick. It felt like I had a German sports car. Had that little. It had that spoiler on the back. God, I want that car again. It looked like a little Alfa Romeo at the time too.
I want a diamond in the back.
Oh man!
Well, they used to make a different hatchback version. That's an older one.
That's the version. That's the exact version because it was probably the first year it came out, and
then eventually got a flatter butt on it.
Mm-hmm.
Badass.
Wish I still had it.
Yeah, we'll find you one.
Then I went from that to a Nissan 240Z.
Damn.
Or 240S, I think it was. I don't think it was a Z.
That's crazy.
Which was another little sporty coupe. They don't make sporty coupes like that anymore.
No.
Did you do Law Tigers earlier?
Yeah. We're on schedule.
Hell yeah.
You want me to do?
No.
You want to do a Waters right now and break this up? And then
anyway, thanks for indulging me. Hit me up.
Click, boom time. We go through the clickbait so you don't have to today. Searches for how to escape your car in water have skyrocketed since the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore.
They're still digging out of that, huh?
Yeah, this one woman named Rita wrote a whole article. I think she was doing a little sympathy thing because she starts with I learned that the Francis Scott Key Bridge in downtown Baltimore collapsed. It's just a short drive from my office. There's that thing we do when any tragedy happens near us, we find a way to put ourselves at the scene. But she said that she has made it her priority to know how to escape a submerged car. Do you know how to escape a submerged car, gentlemen?
You take off the headrest, and then those two really sharp, pokey things, you start slamming it against the window.
That may be hard to do, though.
That's a pretty good idea.
While you're struggling and panicking, the first thing you got to do is not panic.
Well,
I don't panic.
Because once you get into panic mode, it's over. And I
think you're right about that.
And so you got to think about how you're going to contort your body to turn around to grab that headrest. You got to press the button or sometimes two buttons to lift the. You should have one of those jabby if you live near water, you should have one of those jabby things on your key ring. I don't know how those work.
I think you just hit the corner of the window.
But, sometimes that headrest can be pretty hard to get off.
No.
Unlike
I don't
Bob.
panic either.
I'm easy to get off. Okay, you do it your way, but I would think it would be better if you had that tool nearby.
Well, what if you don't?
Because you can't open the door. The pressure's too much.
Yeah, I can't.
And the electronics might be shorted out, so you can't roll your window down.
I'm country strong, so. So what are you going to do?
Yeah, you think that as you're panicking and as the water is starting to go over your head, and you go, I forgot to take a deep breath before I submerge.
Running here, I wouldn't panic.
So anyway, okay.
Well, here's what this lady learned in her time of doing a little research about what to do if your car suddenly ends up in a large body of water. First thing she says is you need to have preparation. So the worst thing you can do is to have done nothing about it, like I think the majority of Americans have done.
Right. Nobody thinks they're going to be in that situation.
I don't think I'm ever going to be in that situation, so I haven't done any of the prep. I feel like a lot of this prep is people trying to prey on my fears.
I don't take bridges. I don't drive near water.
She says every car should have a combination seatbelt cutter and spring-loaded glass breaker.
I think I have that. I think Everyday Carry Guy gave us one.
She says you need to have it in an easy access location.
You're also going to need to know how to swim, by the way. They forget to mention that. Because once you do get out of your car, if you can get out of your car, you cut your seatbelt. You have the wherewithal to bust the glass. You have the wherewithal to squeeze out. And I'm not sure every one of our listeners can squeeze out of their window.
That is an issue also. That's part of preparation, I think.
Once you get all that, now you're out now you're submerged, probably in pretty deep water. Now you got to swim.
But she says there's multiple things you have to be concerned about here.
And you have to have air in your
She
lungs.
said, first of all, you need to figure out ahead of time the type of glass that your vehicle windows are made out of. It could be tempered glass or laminated glass, and they'll break differently. You need to know which one to break in an emergency. If your car has at least one tempered window, this is the best point of exit in a water emergency. Laminated glass will not break. Even with one of those escape tools.
That means it's basically got plastic sheeting to stop it from shattering.
Yes.
So all
now,
you got to do is
most sunroofs and most rear windows are tempered glass, which means that the best way out of your car would be through your sunroof, which I don't have, or your rear window, which in my truck, it's tiny. I don't.
You know what I'm going to do while I'm underwater? I'm going to go, right in the corner of the window, there's little
You're
black,
not hearing me.
There's little black
You're
type
not hearing me.
on each window that tells you
Correct.
what kind of glass it is,
Yes.
so you can go around your car while you're underwater.
No.
And
Bob, what was the first lesson that she gave us? She said you needed to do you needed to be prepared for this beforehand.
Okay.
You need to know, you need to do your research while you're checking out whether jet fuel can melt steel beams and whether there's microchips in your vaccines. You should also do the research and figure out what you need to know, which of the windows you're going to break, and it's going to be troubling for you because you have 52 cars, so you're going to have to do a lot of memorization.
How much time does the average person have?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get to that. What I'm saying to you is that even AAA says those the glass breaking tools, they won't work on laminated glass. They'll shatter it,
kick it out.
They'll shatter it, and then you're going to have to find an angle, and you're going to have to break it out, and all the rest of
At
that
what
stuff.
point does the water pressure matter? And when will it break the window?
I think when
Never? That window's strong
You're
until a rock
asking a lot of
falls out of a truck.
questions that may get answered during click, click, boom.
I think there's a chance you could open your door once the car is full of water and the pressure is different. But I'm not sure of that. I think I saw James Bond do it once.
Yeah.
Now remember, she said spring-loaded glass breaker, not a hammer. And you need to have it in a location that's easy to get to.
Why not a hammer?
Well,
and by the way,
like if you go over a bridge and you have a broken arm or something, what are you going to do with a hammer?
I think about this stuff too. Like, and also that hammer or any device that you might have might not be, by the time you hit the water, the impact may not be in the spot that you thought.
Which is why I just said it needs to be securely located in your car. You have to have a place that it's kind of like bolted down. This is where this preparation thing, you really have to want your car to go into the water.
You've got to do dry runs on this.
Gross. And the other problem, too, is how do you know how to break one of these windows? Like, am I supposed to just practice that and keep blowing out windows and then having the glass guy come to my house, glass to go? Repairing it at my house?
Need it in a parking lot. You need to go to like a Target parking lot and just time yourself and practice. Just like, okay, I'm grabbing
why
this.
Don't you practice?
I'm cutting my
jumping out of the car, and then we avoid all this. Just practice jumping out of the car.
You're the kind of guy that thinks if you're on a falling elevator or
I'll jump up.
You can just jump up at the right moment.
You got a few seconds to jump out of a car before you hit someone.
Or that if you're on a plane that's going to crash, you could just jump out the side window at the last second.
I think you can.
Can I ask you guys a question? How many flotation devices, how many life vests do you have in your car at all times?
I've got a seat cushion.
Well, this mom says that if you have small children in your car or you have difficulty swimming, you should have a flotation device in your car, such as a swim bubble or child-sized life vests under the seats. Like they have in case of an accident, your seat cushion does not become a flotation device like it does on a plane, unless you're driving a plane to work.
How are you doing all this while you're underwater?
You're Bob, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Not all click, click, booms make sense. And this is a woman who probably listens to murder podcasts and overthinks.
I think of these scenarios, though. That's why I'm interested. I'm interested in
guess
your
what?
click, click, boom.
Look at me. Look at me in the eye. Look
just
at me in the eye.
before
I
I
wanna
go
tell
to
you
bed at
something.
night, I work out these scenarios.
Guess what? Sometimes you're just going to die. It sucks because people don't want to.
Most people can't even install a car seat correctly in their car.
Correct.
But they, in panic situation with two screaming kids that are locked into a car, are going to get life bubble.
It's called
mats,
a swim bubble.
Whatever, and then apply those, and then bust the window, cut all the straps, get their kids out of their 3-point harnesses.
Why can't...
Okay, and then carry them both to the surface.
Why can't there be a safety feature in the car that...
Exactly.
It detects waters flooding all throughout, and it just automatically breaks the glass inside.
Or inflates a raft underneath
Inflates all the airbags and floats you to the top.
Yeah.
This woman also recommends putting an Apple AirTag or a similar locator in each and every car you own
to find your
Bob
body.
will go broke. Yeah, she says so you can track the exact location of your car. That way, if you were to go over a bridge and your family isn't sure, are you one of the people that went over the bridge, they would know that your last known location was over the bridge and they could send rescue, I guess, to find your corpse. I don't know.
Thank you, Apple.
And do they transmit underwater?
Here's where we are. I'm just now getting to the headline, what to do after the car plunges into the water, because everything so far has been in how to prepare.
I'm listening.
But you
I'm going to be
two
quiet.
mooks.
I'm going to be quiet. I'm paid to talk, but I'll be quiet like I did for 30 years.
Mm-hmm. Take a deep breath. Stop your car. Make sure everyone's seatbelts are on, and unlock any child lock or window lock. Oh, wait.
You can't do that in the car.
How are you doing that from the driver's seat?
Yeah, while driving.
Wait, here's the funny thing. She's saying do this if you think you're going into the water. You're supposed to, if you think you're going into the water, take a deep breath, stop your car, make sure everyone's seatbelts are on, and unlock any child lock or window lock. You're supposed to do all that as you're plummeting into the water. I think this woman might be crazy.
I think so, too.
Tell everyone to brace for impact and keep their heads forward, experts suggest. If you're going and you turn your head to the side, it could really injure your neck and make it harder to escape. Once your car makes contact with the water, immediately prepare to get out of the car. You will have between 30 and 120 seconds before the car even starts to sink, which is plenty of time to escape if you think about it, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's if it lands flat.
I think even if it lands nose down, it'll pop back up. It's got an air bubble in it.
Isn't the Cybertruck supposed to be aquatic? Or wasn't it?
He'll float.
You have to buy the aquatic package for another $100,000. Everyone should unbuckle their seatbelt. Do not open the doors. It will cause water to flood in rapidly, making it very hard to exit and allowing the car to sink even faster. If you cannot open the windows, try to break a window using the spring-loaded tool. Then get out of the car. Get out of the car and swim to safety.
Do you get your kids out first before you get out, or is it like airbags? I mean, air masks on oxygen masks on a plane?
Yeah, basically this woman's solution is break the glass and get out of the car really before it starts sinking. And to me, I think that is...
Then pick your favorite kid. You only got 2 arms.
Can I also remind
and one
people...
you're going to have to use to swim.
Yeah, I'd also like to remind people, don't go into the water when it's cold, because hypothermia sets in very quickly.
Well, it also takes your breath away.
Take my breath away.
This is terrible to think about.
But how often does it happen? This is hardly...
I don't think it happens that often.
It doesn't happen that often. All right.
Here are the top 4 car escape tools to get out fast in an emergency rated by
this
safety
is an
experts.
Amazon click-through.
No, this is from a completely different article. I went and found it.
Okay. They want you to buy it on Amazon.
The Rescue 2-in-1 keychain. Rescue Me. Oh, I'm sorry. Rescue Me. Rescue Me.
Does it have the belt,
2-in-1
belt cutter
keychain
and window blaster in the same?
It's got a belt cutter and it's got a window spring-loaded window. Yes,
And a small oxygen tank that looks like a CO2 capsule.
it's very tiny and it goes on your keychain, so you kind of know where it is. When you pull it down off your keys very quickly, it exposes the seatbelt cutter. And then it's got a little button, pop, that you use to hit the spring-loaded breaker. This tops our list because of the top recommended combo tool. It's an affordable option that attaches to your keychain.
And plays Rescue Me when you use it.
Rescue me! The Life Hammer Evolution. Another affordable multi-use tool. The Life Hammer Evolution is not only a window breaker, but it's also a seatbelt cutter. And it comes in a myriad of brightly and easy to see in a panic colors. Bug Out Bag Guide also says they love it because you can mount it to your dashboard or the interior of your car. It's really nice when people get in and they go, "What's that?" And you go, "Oh, I constantly panic about drowning in my car, so that's attached to the dashboard." I hope you like the burled wood inserts.
Yeah, I feel like that stuff should be mounted. Like, it should come standard equipment.
I think we might have a call from under the water.
Okay.
Caller.
From under the water. Hey, good morning, fellas.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Question, or not question, but comment on this, right?
Yeah.
I've thought about it on occasion, what to do, and I don't know if it's from a movie or whatever, but this whole bridge collapsing brings it or makes it relevant. Like, when you fall, there's going to be some sort of trauma. Like, it's an accident, you're landing, crashing, there's pain, you've lost your breath, you're disoriented.
Just the pressure of your body going against the seatbelt.
Yeah. No, I think what's missed in a lot of this stuff is you are not lightly lowered into the water. In a bridge collapse like this, your car is slammed into all kinds of metal and concrete on the way down. And
water
hurts.
if you hit it wrong, hurts, and it's like it could be almost like concrete.
Yeah, you're right about the trauma, and that's why I'm saying sometimes you have to accept the fact that bad things happen to good people.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you're lucky if you got your bearings, and I want to say, again, thinking about it in the past, I think some of the stuff I've heard is, again, if you foresee this coming, crack that window if you can. Mm-hmm. And, the water's going to seep in slowly, and then there's less pressure from the outside, and you can open the door. But is that door jammed from the accident?
Yeah. Or is the door locked already, and it won't unlock because you have no electrics in the car because the battery's shorted?
The other thing is your seatbelt locks, too, so you do need that cutter.
Yeah, well, we're in a drought here, so probably stuff we don't really need to worry about.
Great thing about Texas is, you can crash into Lake Travis right now, and you won't even. I don't think the water comes up even halfway up the tires.
You just do some
you're fine
four-wheeling down there.
Yeah.
Well, I was looking at Devil's Cove or whatever, and I was like, man, I want to go have a summer or something out there, and it is so shallow. Like,
it doesn't exist anymore, dude.
3 boats long is like
gone.
No,
all the lake lake that we grew up with is gone, and it's probably gone forever. Because with the amount of people that have moved to Texas and our water usage now, I don't think we'll ever see Lake Travis back to where it used to be.
Wow.
Let's put up some condos.
No, don't worry. I think that's already in the plans.
Put them on stilts, though.
Skate park.
Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed.
That's scary,
Today's
man.
Click, Click,
That's
Boom.
scary. That's a little dark for... what day is it? Is it Wednesday or Thursday? What
It's
is
Thursday.
It?
It's dark for you.
That's a little dark. Oh, it hurts my heart, but the Ramones are fighting.
I report the news. That's what I do.
He's Bob Fonseca's Rock and Roll News.
I want to cry right now. Oh, man, my favorite band of all time, the Ramones. Well, let me introduce myself before I get to the headlines so that you don't look like a doofus when you go to work or wherever you're going today. You'll have those rock and roll headlines, the most recent. Oh, yes! In your brain as you go to work. Oh, it's got me depressed. I'm Rock's last great reporter. I know you think I'm always upbeat and happy. because I'm, in that rock and roll world. I get the best tickets. I go to the best shows. I drink champagne with the stars.
And the most beautiful women you get with.
But you got to remember, I'm not above you. I'm not below you. I'm right here with you with the rock and roll news headlines. Now, don't kill the messenger. I don't make the rock news. I just report it, all right? But I love the Ramones, and I always have. I get them. A lot of people don't get them, but I get them. They're just a surf band. They're just a pop band like the Monkees were.
Oh,
that
man.
happened to create punk music.
Now, didn't the
they
Monkees
didn't set out to do that?
Didn't the Monkees outsell the Beatles?
At times, I think they did. But I was reading about the Ramones recently and talking about how they were just a good time rock band that was trying to just have a different look and have some fun and name themselves the same name and all that. And they had no idea that they were going to create something called punk. They had no idea that bands like The Clash and the Sex Pistols were going to adopt
What they were up to?
that theme and create what we know today as punk music. They didn't sit around some office somewhere going, let's invent punk music. They were basically just wanted to be a good pop band. Anyway. Now, over the years, and I'm going to give you kids a little history lesson today. Over the years, there have been all kinds of rumors about Ramones biopics. I think it'll be very interesting. They're very middle-class kids from Forest Hills, New York, I believe.
Yeah.
On Strong Island, I think.
They're somewhere on Long Island, yes, correct.
And they just happened to make it big and create a whole genre. And there have been many biopics over the years. The one that never got made, that was talked about the most until everybody got too old to do it, was the Martin Scorsese biopic of the Ramones, starring Adam Driver as Joey. That was going around for almost a decade.
Yeah.
Now there are rumors.
They changed it?
There are rumors, and you're going to like this, that Sweet Pete is on hand to play Joey Ramone.
No.
In a biopic.
Okay.
And you like that?
I don't understand that one.
Well, you put some rose-colored John Lennon glasses on Davidson and some long hair, and it might work. He's lanky.
That's true. He does have the lengths.
And I think Joey did have, even though you couldn't see a lot of his face because of his sunglasses that he always wore and his hair, but he had kind of bicycle face.
He did. You're right.
So there's a new biopic in the works that the family of Joey Ramone is trying to put together. Little problem. Johnny Ramone, the great player, he played a great Moss Wright guitar. God, I'd love to have a Moss Wright.
I love that guitar.
Linda Cummings Ramone is obviously still alive, and she's saying, hey, whoa, hold on just a second, fellas. We can't do a Ramones biopic without all the families being in on the project.
Yeah.
I think what she's saying is, why aren't here's the problem with the Ramones from the very beginning, and it created a lot of issues. There's a lot of hungry mouths and a lot of people who want to taste.
Yeah. Well, Joey's brother, his name is Mitchell Hyman. He's also known as Mickey Lee. He may be a rock star. I don't know about Mickey Lee. Anyway, he's being sued by Linda Cummings Ramone for trying to put together this biopic with Pete Davidson and all this stuff. So we don't know where that's going to go. You know what was weird about Johnny Ramone, too, that no one knows?
What?
Super right wing, like Ted Nugent.
Well, the whole band had a little bit of a right-wing edge to them.
The KKK took my baby away. Remember that one?
Yeah. No, I think a lot lot of people assume because they were jangly rock artists that they were left-leaning. But they had to say some of them were much more. I mean, remember, it's Long Island.
Yeah.
It's not Manhattan.
And they were very middle class.
Yeah.
Well, we have a show friend in Marky Ramone who's been on the show a few times. And we've had a chance to hang out, and that's cool. He was the second drummer of the Ramones. And he's the only really living member left of, some of those classic albums. Rocket to Russia, Road to Ruin. The one they did with Phil Spector. What was that one called?
Yep.
Where they're wearing the colored T-shirts.
That's the one.
End of the Century. which was done in the 70s, which was kind of weird. But yeah. So we'll see how this pans out. I will follow this story because I'm interested in this. Very interested. Because I do want to see a Ramones biopic, and I want to see it done right with a good director. Wish Peter Jackson would get involved.
I think it should start.
Well, he does all the Beatles stuff. You know, he's into rock and roll.
I think it'd be good with Jake Gyllenhaal. Call it Ramone's House.
Put Conor McGregor in there.
There you go.
He was great.
Wasn't
We're
he?
going to get to that. We're going to talk about Roadhouse. I agree with you. That movie picked up when he got on screen. That movie picked up. It was ridiculous. The whole movie was. Anyway, we'll keep you up to date on the Ramones movie. Am I still doing rock and roll news?
I'm not sure where you are.
I'm not either. Okay, John Oates, who have also met on a couple of occasions, because I want to hang out with the rock stars. You know, They're not so thrilled to hang out with me, but I've met John Oates on a couple of occasions on a movie set and at the hand of Randy Cohen, Mr. Woohoo, who had John play a private concert at Z Tejas about a year ago. John Oates is stepping out. He's putting his big boy pants on, and he's going, you know what?
Good.
There's another band that's suing each other, Hall & Oates. So you know what? I'm just going to go solo. I'm not going to wait for you, John Hall. Or Daryl Hall. What's his name? Look, you're falling asleep during the rock and roll news. What is wrong with you guys? What did you do? Matt's out. You're out. What are you doing?
How am I out?
I know he's not
you
out.
and I just got in a fight about the Ramones.
Pay attention. You're in school right now.
I got it. Hall & Oates.
School is in.
Joey Remotes.
John Oates announces a new solo album called Reunion, which seems like he's not reuniting with anyone.
It's a very odd title for a guy who's currently suing another guy.
The idea for a song called Reunion came to me when I began to think about the true definition of the word. It came together, and I'm quoting John Oates, which I'm allowed to do. It came together when my 100-year-old father told me that he was making ready to be together with my mother, who had passed away. Boy, that's dark and deep. So, okay. All right. I guess we'll all be reunion. This show I'm not hanging out with you guys in the afterlife.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you.
No way. I'm hanging out with Joey and Johnny Ramone and John Lennon and Elvis. I'm not.
We're going to be at different.
You guys are going to be way at the end of the list when we get to the afterlife. I'm just letting you know. I think it's only fair.
Chewy's just going to be hanging out with all the shaman.
I think it's only fair that I let you know that there's a long line of people I want to see first before you guys in the afterlife.
Right.
Do they want to see you? Are they excited?
Well, that's the question.
Are they excited?
I mean, I don't know.
This guy?
I don't know.
Most of them died just to get away from you.
How did he make it here?
Oh, come on. Heart is adding more than 30 dates to their 2024 tour, which is called, they got a cool name for it, Royal Flush Tour. I don't know what that means.
Tour.
It's like if you have like our huge deuce. You know how ladies take huge deuces?
Their shows are going to run from April through September. They're going to take the world by storm, and many of these...
And we have tickets for that show later on.
It's going to be with Cheap Trick, right? Remember them? Let's do it. I want you to want me.
I want
That Budokan album still slaps, man. That live at Budokan. Oh, man. Mama's all right. Daddy's all right. They just seem a little weird. Huh? Anyway, they added a bunch of dates. Apparently, this tour is getting a lot of heat, as they like to say in the industry. And by the industry, I mean the business.
Yeah, they originally were only coming to San Antonio. They've now added an Austin date later in the year.
Cheap Trick will be supporting many of the new shows. Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Evening and BTO featuring Randy Bachman also playing some of their concerts. I'd like to see that.
Everyone would.
Taking care of business, riding the storm out.
Baby, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Riding the Storm Out was REO. You didn't even catch that.
Oh,
not BTO. There was REO and there was BTO.
You were going too fast.
And there was ELO, and there was
LFO.
BOC.
Yeah.
You forget LFO in the early 2000s.
And there was Flo Rida, too.
I like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yeah.
Chinese food makes me feel real sick.
Yeah.
LFO. Summer. In the summer.
Let's see. Yard Barker. I don't know. I got to put these guys. Let me hang on a second while I bookmark them. I've never heard of Yard Barker, but it's
Guess
music.
What? I don't think anyone has, and this is a really nice moment for them.
bookmark this tab right here. Okay. They have made a list of the worst songs of the new millennium. You want to run through some of them?
That seems like is there any way I can steal that for Click Click Boom tomorrow?
All right, Matt. I'll just do that. I got to fill 10 minutes, but I'll just do that.
Oh, no. Then we got Conor McGregor to talk about.
Okay, all right. Let's do that. No, that's a good idea. No. I am going to send you that.
No.
It's time for Rock and Roll News Junior. People ask me all the time, Bob, what's Rock and Roll News Junior? And I feel like, I need to be a full-service rock reporter. I can't just do rock and roll news for the adults out there, that want it. I mean, the kids are out there. They're starving for it. I'm kind of a big deal to them. I meet them. I see them out with their parents, and they come up to me, and, I give them stickers. I always carry stickers with me when I go out, and I give them stickers and stuff, and I go, hey.
Are they stickers of the show, or are they just random, like Scratch and Sniff or Oilies? What do you got?
And I just want them to know that, listen, I know your parents don't seem like they're cool, but they're cool. They were cool once, all right? Your mom might even have a tramp stamp. I don't even know.
Some of them been nerds forever, though.
But you can't call it a tramp stamp. You just say it's mommy's design.
Mommy has a little design on her back. You might not have seen it yet.
When Mama used to feel. That's what
she was young once, too, and she's still cool, kids. Now, here's what I want you to do.
And that design, a lot of people don't know that, but a lot of that was directions.
Right.
Like a recipe for how you were made.
Right. And I'm going to ignore that. I want you to know that, to help them out a little bit. It's hard being a parent, kids.
All right.
It's hard, all right? Now you're in the back. You're strapped into the, into your safety seat. You're on your way to the dropout zone. You're going to do good in school today. You just got 2 days left until the weekend.
Put a lot of work into having a nice, fun design for that tramp stamp, and now it just looks like a melted candle.
Do your homework. Do your homework. Stay in school. Be smart. Don't let your parents do. They don't want to have to go back to school.
Kids, remember, this isn't about you. This is about the fact that Mr. Bob, has to sell 2 cars because he's mad at his
Mr.
boys
Bob.
right now. This isn't about you. And you don't have to listen to him right now. Here, kids, I want to tell you something. Hurt people hurt people.
Yes.
Okay?
Right.
And that's what's happening right now. And I want you to just remember that you're good enough.
Help them help you. That's what I'm saying, kids. Help your parents help you. Okay, now you can do that by getting good grades, being in the top 6% of your class, so you can go to UT. Now, if you go even higher than that and being like in the top 1% of your class, you can get a full ride scholarship, or if you become a football star. Yeah. Now, they don't give. Here's the problem with school, kids. All right. And I wish this wasn't true. And maybe we can change this paradigm. But they don't give full ride scholarships for rock and roll. And you know what?
Right.
They should. They should. A kid should be able to start a rock band.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And get a scholarship for that.
Yes.
But another thing to remember, kids, is that, at least once a year, there will be a kid from UT that comes through our program here for an internship. And they went to school at maybe a Westlake or a Lake Travis High, and they achieved those things, top 5%, things like that. And then they went into a program like film or communications, and those
arts
kids
and entertainment technology.
Those kids still, and they did everything right, and they still are struggling to find their way. Meanwhile, the C student that sat next to them, that guy has started his own plumbing business, and he's making around $250K a year.
He's a welder.
The one thing I want to tell you, kids, is that when Mr. Bob says study hard, that sometimes that comes from fear, and you can do a lot better learning how to use an angle grinder. Okay. Just make sure you know how to do both.
All right,
how about that?
And I think we've. Let's get to the story now, because I want to.
Just trying to help the kids, Bob. I'm trying to help the kids understand their future.
When the kids start a band, I want you guys to not write simple lyrics. The business. I teased this idea a couple of weeks ago. Now, Business Insider has come out with an article, saying, "Hey, if you feel like pop music is becoming too bland and monotone, guess what? You're probably right. They're doing studies on modern lyrics and modern beats and things like that. And they're finding that the words, the range of words being used in pop music these days is a lot smaller. In other words, Bob Dylan was a poet.
Didn't know it.
You know what I mean? Led Zeppelin even.
So when Taylor
Was
Swift is
talking
in the
about-
back of a car wishing on a star, that's not deep to you?
No. In fact, that is just basic rhyme. And so I want to encourage the kids when they do start their grunge band or their rock band or their punk band to go deep.
Kids, remember, if you love basic rhyme, though, the CMT Awards are in town this weekend. So
anyway, they say that according to Business Insider, pop music, R&B music, even rock and country are using simpler words. They're using less words. They're using easier words, and they're more repetitive.
Yeah.
The simplification of music across all genres has been witnessed, and the conclusion is obvious that this oversimplification is necessary because music is now used as background to other activities. Now, in our generation, Chewy, they were protest songs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
rock was in the forefront. And we listened intently to everything. But now it's just like, I don't know, maybe we just put on some music while we're vaping or something.
Well, half of the pop stars are scared to speak out on
Does it
Israel or anything.
Does it count to say less words if you're just using... I mean, some of them are using a lot of words. It's just that they're just using the same word a lot. Shot.
And the other thing is, pop stars get canceled by one side or the other if they start going into whatever their ideologies are and stuff. So it's best to be in the back of a car and wish on a star.
Well, okay.
Financially.
Anyway, they're saying that
Give
another
me one margarita.
Business Insider
Give me two
says
margarita.
another reason this is happening is because if a song doesn't hook you these days in 4 or 5 seconds, you're gonna
That's the
click
Motown
out.
motto.
You're gonna click out. So there you go. Don't click out of rock and roll news. I don't have a salute today. Give it to yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back. Because you're still alive.
Yeah.
And you're making it in Austin, Texas. All right, sing us out, Chewy, because I want to come back and talk about Roadhouse, the movie. Hey, we had a history lesson today. We talked about the Ramones. We talked about Heart. We talked about Cheap Trick. We talked about lyrics and getting a full ride scholarship and minding your parents. We covered a lot of ground. More ground than I'm even contractually obligated to give you. But I did it anyway because I have a big rock and roll heart. Rock and roll saved my life in 1971. I know it saved yours. I'm going to leave you with that. I'll see you guys in just a second. Let's talk about a really bad movie.
Now, I don't understand why you guys are busting my balls. It's springtime.
Yep.
And it's
Swimsuit weather.
it's swimsuit weather.
Yeah, you got to get in that Speedo, baby.
And I'm trying
thighs
to-
out, thighs out.
I'm trying to trim a couple, and you guys seem very unsupportive, and I think I've always been supportive of your weight struggles. Always.
Well, you've already been to the beach already, though, so this is a little late, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think that's what happened.
Are you going
I went
back?
I went to the beach, and I was like, ugh, this is unkind to do to others.
Because there were women there. I noticed. I saw the group shot. I saw the cute little group shot you did where you all wore white. I hate
My
that
wife
stuff.
wanted to
I
have.
know, she's
it was
like-
tongue in cheek. She's
I know.
been watching The Housewives and said, "Let's have a white party." So we did an all white party, which was why we didn't invite
sounds
Chewy.
horrible. Can you pull that, please?
Yeah.
Can you pull that?
I got that going.
I guess that the Housewives do these things where everyone is forced to dress in white, and my wife was like, "Let's do one."
You
And I
know
was
what's
like, "That's
next,
ridiculous." What's that?
Matching pajamas at Christmas now?
Probably.
You know that's next.
Probably.
Once they get that, once they get the all white or the all black family photo,
Yeah.
the next, that's the gateway. It's the gateway to the all pajamas, same pajamas at Christmas picture.
You want to see video from the all white party?
Yeah. Now, so when you packed your bag, or I'm assuming your wife packed for you because clearly she picks your clothes, you had to put a white outfit in there knowingly.
I had to buy white. I've never owned white pants. I had to buy white pants just for this 35-minute party at the beach. That's how long it was. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm.
And the purpose of that is to remind me, because I know this, but
to laugh at each other. What do you mean?
the purpose of taking a photo of that nature where everybody is
It wasn't about the
wearing
photo.
something
This is where you're
similar.
confused. There are these parties on the Real Housewives.
Even if y'all weren't dressed the same, I would have called it this.
Where everyone has to dress up in all white clothing, right?
Right.
And
I'm not
she
putting
said,
it in.
and I
do
guess
ridiculous
she watches
things,
the Housewives with her friends, and they were making fun of it. And then they said, "Oh, let's throw because it's my wife's birthday." She goes, "Oh, I want an all white party."
I just
or they call them
FYI,
white parties, but it's very uncomfortable to call it white parties.
No offense to your beautiful wife, who I love and adore. It didn't come off as it didn't come off online as a goof.
And
What did it come off as?
You better get ready for Christmas for the all matching pajamas picture.
Let's take a look,
let me show you this video I shot.
please.
Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Look at that.
Man.
Huh?
Oh, I'm looking.
What do you think of that?
I think it looks very pure.
Look at that. Those white Jello shots.
Yeah.
Does it not look very diverse?
Come with us and be pure.
It wasn't very diverse. I mean,
Is it a political statement?
why are you pretending you don't know what a white party is? Is that what's happening right now?
I don't watch the Housewives. You can accuse me of watching a lot of bad stuff, like Food Network, Guy Fieri, stuff like that. But I don't watch the Housewives.
I don't
even
watch
know
the
which
Housewives
franchise.
either
Which franchise
at all.
does it?
There's
Orange
like
County?
Philadelphia. There's Atlanta, right? There's all kinds of Beverly Hills.
Manitoba.
I'm a Vanderpump.
Have you watched Real Housewives of Manitoba?
I'm a Vanderpump guy anyway.
Have you never heard of ladies doing these things?
No.
Oh, you're very fortunate.
I know.
You're very fortunate. Yeah, so that was the deal.
Oh, that's cute. I like. Who's that with the headband?
It's my friend Adam.
Oh, I know Adam.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize him in a white headband.
Oh, well, he kind of leaned in. He said, if we're going to be ridiculous, I'm going full on ridiculous.
Tennis, anyone?
Yeah,
It
exactly.
doesn't come off ridiculous. It looks like people having a nice time.
I'm teasing. You look like you guys are having a good time.
What's ridiculous about this?
Well, I think any kind of theme party is ridiculous. That's my personal opinion.
I don't hear any music.
Well, I've got it turned down right now for the video shot.
Gotcha.
But I did, we did have powdered donuts.
That's
What
a
kind of
nice
music were you
house.
listening to? What was it?
I don't know what we were listening to at the time. There was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we were listening to, one of the songs I remember was Got Me Dripping in Finesse, Baby. Remember that one?
Yeah. Bruno Mars.
Slipping in Finesse?
Very interesting.
I might want the details
Now,
on that
Chewy,
house.
go ahead and get your negative stuff out of
I'm
the
not
way.
getting anything negative.
I'm
it
just
looks fun.
teasing, by the way.
I've
You
never
look
been
like
to
you're having
anything
fun.
like this. Why can't it not be interesting?
You're a
to
good
me?
husband to go along with this.
I'll invite you to the next time we have an all-white
Well,
party.
and it's not an all-white party.
I haven't
then, is
even
it?
been invited to the meatloaf party yet, or whatever
It's hamburger steak
party yet.
You don't even.
Well,
know
that's
what
just
you're
for
eating.
Chewy, yeah. That's not for you. Well,
But
anyway.
I just feel like as a man, once you give up this ground,
So you think I've made a mistake by my wife saying
conforming.
it's my birthday?
Yeah.
Her best friend,
Yeah.
there, Leia, said, "Oh, I'm going to put this party together for your wife. You have to do me a favor. You've got to get an all-white outfit." And I said, I said, that's ridiculous. That's not something I can do. And she goes, that's stupid. Just bring a white shirt and your white pants. And I was like, what do you mean bring your white pants?
yeah.
I was like, do you think men own white pants? And she says, all my men friends have white pants. And I was like, no, they don't.
How does she know that?
I said, that's
I know.
not true at all.
That's not true.
Men don't have white pants. We don't.
I don't have any.
So
I have some off-white pants.
Here's the great thing
I got
about
some
mine.
white shorts.
I ordered white linen, which I use with loosely with air quotes, white linen pants off of Amazon. They were like $16.99 because I'm like, I'm not spending money. Guess what?
What?
Completely could see my donk the entire party.
Oh yeah. You can see all the underwear through there.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, they were so cheap. You could just, you see the outline and everything. I was like,
wouldn't have
doesn't
worn
matter.
underwear.
So what's next? What's the next theme party? I think now that they've got you, because I would have stood strong. I would have been like, I'm out. That's my usual.
I would have just dressed in something
out.
else.
We're
You
going
throw
to
me out of the party on that.
Yeah.
We're going to do the
I'll
exact
take
same
the
party.
picture.
Yeah.
I'll be behind the camera.
Well, I am behind the camera right now. You don't see me right there, do you?
No, I don't.
And
Well,
if you
that's a
saw
good-
the other picture, you saw that I very smartly hid behind everybody.
Yeah.
And let me say, I love all the people involved. Okay.
But here comes something rude.
No, I love all the people
Okay.
involved. I don't. I'm.
I don't know.
I'm tired
I don't know him well enough.
I've already had people cut me out of their lives because of things I've said on the radio. So I don't.
Go ahead.
No, I don't want to say anymore.
Why not?
No, I'm just saying.
What's more important?
I'm apologizing for what I've already said.
What is more important? You remaining friends.
I'm just jealous.
With my wife's friends, or our friends, technically. She always gets upset when I say that. These are the friends she brought into the relationship.
Right.
That's why I call them her friends.
Right.
She gets very upset. They're our friends. They're the friends that we travel with, right?
Right.
Well, what is more important? Being friends with them or having good show content?
That's a tough call. That's almost 50-50 split.
Yeah. I'll deal with all the slings and arrows. I think show content's a little more important.
I'm just jealous that I wasn't invited to this. My wife and I weren't invited because we would have totally gone. We were totally gone. But I guess we don't fit in with the Beardens, you know.
I guess
it's too much diversity for this photo. I don't know.
See, I'm not even bringing that up.
What?
That's Bob making jokes about that. I think everybody there is well seasoned. I don't know. They're all
so
diverse.
for you, diversity is just about race.
No, I'm sure there's a lot of different religions and ideologies.
We've got probably 4 religions marked there. We've got gay couples, right?
Sure.
We've got
that's not
what I don't see is an Italian
special
American
anymore.
No, everyone's gay.
Well, everyone in Texas looks like you. So where's the diversity there?
What city is this in? What state is this in?
Texas.
I want to go to the next beach party.
There's no such thing as brown. Come on.
All right, leave it at that.
That's a long pause. Anyway, I'm just jealous. I'm just jealous. That's all. I apologize for anything. I don't mean to hurt anybody's feeling, Leia. Anybody?
I didn't bring anything.
Kara, I don't.
Bob was talking
I'm
about
just
this.
jealous because I don't have good times. Like people don't invite me. I'm not. It's like I'm sure I'm left off of lists. Like this. But you guys all get together and you're one big happy. I don't have a family like that.
That's what's happening.
My dad's
right now.
in a facility. My mother
trying to take this party down.
What are you talking about?
You're trying to take the party down a little bit because we travel with our friends and have a good time.
I'm tearing up.
You traveled with your friends.
I don't have a squad.
You went to bad, like Disney-fied steak restaurants.
So, young bride, you've never hung out with her and her husband?
We did this weekend.
What would you consider them, friends or business associates?
They're good friends.
Well, why weren't Matt
we don't
and I
get to see
invited?
him often enough.
How come Matt and I didn't go?
Huh? You were invited to that party. You guys. He was at the coast, and I don't know why you didn't go.
I didn't get the address.
Yeah, you did. But
I will say you do, after every party, say you didn't get the address when I know you've gotten the address. Like, you didn't come to the Christmas party we all went to.
You didn't go to Chase's
I did not
Christmas
get the
party.
address to
You
that.
didn't go to Chase's Christmas party.
I didn't get either
He gave you the address one day when he was in here. We were teasing him about how you didn't invite you, and then he gave you the address right here.
He said he was going to email or text me or something, and I didn't get it. I was there. I lived it.
And I think I'm left off of some invitation lists because I'm on the radio.
I'm fine with it.
We don't want the radio because he might talk about our thing or like I just did. Right?
I will.
I'll never get Kara. Will never invite me to the.
Don't invite me
to the
I
coast.
Will.
And she doesn't know that I love the coast more than anybody. I love the beach more than anybody in that picture. I get down at the beach.
Probably. I don't think anybody in that picture.
I'll bring my skimmer. I'll bring my skimmer board. I'll bring my roller blades. I'll bring my e-bike. I mean, I'll tear that beach up. But no, I'll build the fire.
You're going to rollerblade in sand?
No, on the boardwalk.
What boardwalk?
Then we'll go under the boardwalk.
Where do you think we were?
I don't know.
There's no boardwalk where we were.
I don't know where you were.
There's like 4 fishing boats and a bunch of Confederate flags. That's it.
I know how to tear up a beach town.
And at first they looked at us sideways, but then when we all appeared in the all-white outfits, they got really excited.
They raised their hands at you, didn't they?
I thought they were waving at first, but it was a different kind of wave.
The hand wasn't moving.
Yeah.
Thank you for not inviting me. I'm not a big beach person anyway. So.
There wasn't invites for anybody. This is a thing was put together. We have some friends leaving the city. That's our what do you call it? Our COVID pod.
You want us to leave the city?
I'm thinking of leaving the city. I'm thinking about it. I mean,
I have to.
Can I get an invite now?
Rent's too high.
Actually, I did leave the city. I live in somewhere between Dripping Springs and BK, but doesn't even have a name.
I'm sorry I brought this up. It's pissed me off.
I live in no man's land.
I don't know why you're being this way.
I
Happy
love the
birthday,
beach.
Kara.
I'll go to the beach anytime.
It's the thing. It's about my wife's birthday, and
Happy
you guys
birthday,
are
Kara.
trying to belittle it.
As long as she got all the stuff she wanted.
Well, I'm still alive, so she didn't.
Well.
she came up short one.
Now for some thick headline.
Let's get into it. Your Austin area headlines. Illegal dumping is on the rise in Austin area. People are saying, hey, more places that I go in Austin, I'm just seeing big stacks of dump. That's right. It is happening. And Austin Code says they are struggling with it. More and more places, people at the opening to the Barrera Indian Grass Wildlife Sanctuary on Blue Bluff Road, you can't even get in to the gates. So many trucks have pulled up and then just dumped off stuff. There's mounds of trash, furniture, toys, household items.
For free?
All piled up there.
I'm amazed at the amount of... I don't know how a sofa gets on the upper deck of of 183 on the way to work, but I see furniture on the upper deck of 183 every day. I don't know, and sometimes it stays there for days. Like,
Take a nap. Take a little break.
I think that's kind of the beginning of the end for a city when you can't keep the streets clean.
One guy who's a cyclist who's been out seeing this increase, he says, I'd like to see some kind of efforts to prevent it from happening in the first place. Can't they set up little game cameras? How much do game cameras cost? You could put them in a tree, catch license plate numbers, catch people dumping. Sounds like a good idea.
And who's...
Austin Development Services Department Code Compliance says, hey, guess what? We do use cameras. We have more than
how
30.
many cases?
We have 30.
That should cover it.
That should have the city
They'll
covered.
work
We've got
on
30
in shifts.
cameras we can place around the city.
Little brother is here.
What do pictures do anymore when the cops are backlogged with cases that are more important than trash on a street? Like what? You can have a car break-in. You can have all eight of your cameras catch the guy. Now what?
They say some areas are specifically chronic for high volumes of illegal dumping. The city says they're in the process of trying to clean up some of these areas. They say in some areas it's cost them more than $6,000 to haul trash from 103. I don't understand how it costs that much to haul the trash. Don't we have... Were they hiring outside companies? They say they have a staff of more than 60 employees in the field responding to all kinds of code violations. But I don't think it's just dumping. I think a lot of this is about, hey, your fence is too high. Your fence is too low.
Right. That's a big
In
umbrella
fact, they
coating.
said, hey, we're reactive. We're tasked with controlling what people are doing. We're not tasked with controlling what people are doing.
But
we're reacting to violations of code. So we're not proactive, we're reactive. Well, maybe the secret and the solution lies within the answer. So anyway, just keeping that in mind, we'll keep an eye on it and see what happens, because it is a city we'd like to keep pretty in the future, if you would. Council set to vote today on T.C. Broadnax, who's supposed to be the Austin City new manager. He's been named as the guy they want to put up there. The city has to vote on him. I found this to be interesting. Tasha Saparis, she's a Dallas reporter, and she describes Broadnax as being, quote, an elusive behind-the-scenes figure in Dallas politics. That's always good to have.
Didn't they let him
city.
go in Dallas?
Yes. She said, he was scandal-free, managed a decent budget, weathered some flighty Dallas politicians. She said, but in the end, it's not clear if the city was better for his tenures. We'll see what ends up happening here. Congratulations to Austin chef Tracy... what's her? Tracy Malachek Ezekiel. That's the chef at Birdie's in the east side of Austin.
Oh, is she going to be on Guys Grocery Games?
No, but she has been named a James Beard finalist, which is they
Who
do
is
that
James
once.
Beard anyway?
He was a chef, and he started these awards to recognize great chefing in the U.S.
Is it bigger than a Michelin award?
I think it's bigger. I think it's bigger. I mean, it may not be bigger money wise, but if you you can't get a James Beard outside of the country.
Okay.
Specifically
American.
Can I give awards as someone who eats food?
You absolutely could.
Why don't you do that?
I will. I'm going to get some trophies now.
I think
think
people
you
would
need
want.
that.
Who wouldn't want to put up an El Dorado in their window? But you have to start awarding them.
All right. I'm heading to the trophy store.
Are you going to give stars like Michelin, or what are you going to give? Like tacos?
If you're
It's going to be a trophy with a basketball, but
You don't even need a physical trophy. You just need a sticker they can put on their window outside their front door.
Also,
the basketball's a meatball.
If
though.
you're smart, you do it the right way. The Chronicle gives out awards every year, right?
Yeah.
And if you win the award, then they come to you and they say, "Would you like to give us $250
For the banner.
And we'll give you a banner that you can hang up.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to spend $350, we'll give you a plaque you can hang on the wall. And if you want to spend $500,
combo it.
when you win the award, it's a sales thing.
Oh, okay.
By the way, the Austin Chronicle award nominations are out. If you would like to nominate our show,
I want to nominate us. What is it? Is it Mornings with Matt and Bob?
I'm so tired of winning.
Matt and Bob Mornings.
it's called Morning with Matt and Bob.
Okay.
MOURNING. Yeah, morning, because we're over here sad and crying, and the city is morose. Here are some of the. Oh, no. That's not what I want to do. Bad news, everybody.
No.
Oh, not bad. Don't bad news me.
Austin Monthly Magazine and Austin Home have been acquired by the owner of the San Antonio Express News. That's right. San Antonio is sending a couple people up here to run our local Austin magazines. San Antonio. Basically, the Express News is sending up a couple of their employees, and they're saying they're really excited to cover Austin. I will say this, though. They're all San Antonioians. So I don't know if they're going to know the cool stories about our city.
I don't know.
And they're probably going to start writing stuff like, Austin really does have mid tacos. Because they're loyal to San Antonio.
Right.
I think our breakfast tacos got them.
They're already sending their basketball team up here.
Our enchilada game does not have them up here.
Open Sky Media has sold off those properties to the Hearst newspapers, owner of the San Antonio Express News. The new unit is overseen by Randy Stevenson.
Hey, Wendy.
From expressnews.com. And Stevenson, there's a new thing called Hearst Texas Austin Media.
I just want them to know over there at the offices, there's not going to be any changes until the changes begin. So,
Well, I don't think they can make any changes. The previous company had already whittled that poor media outlet.
I used to write for Austin Home.
I know,
for like 2 years.
I know, but they've got
a column.
I think those entire two magazines are put out by like 7 people. You know how media goes these days.
I'll be willing to restart that column.
They're over there working their asses off. No thanks. And let's talk about some of the things to do in Austin this weekend. Tomorrow night, a little guy by the name of Robert Zimmerman will be playing at the at ACL Live at the movie theater. His name is Bob Dylan. You probably see one of our show friends out there, right?
I don't know if is Charlie out with Elvis still, or is he back on Dylan's squad now?
Elvis
Costello.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Elvis is still out there doing shows, but I don't think it's the full band. So maybe Charlie Sexton is with Bob Dylan tomorrow night. I think so.
You might see Bob Dylan tomorrow night. Of course, tonight, tomorrow, and even Saturday night at Cap City Comedy Club, comedian legend George Wallace. Let's see how they call him a longtime comedy master. When he gets in here, let's ask him if he prefers longtime comedy master or legend. He's going to be performing a run of show. This is pretty awesome, too, because he's one of these guys that, like Dave Attell does this as well, where they'll still go to club. Look, stand-up comedy is always better in a club than it is in a big theater. It's always better in a club than it is a big theater. But a lot of the guys are like, hey, I can make the same amount of money doing 1 or 2 shows at a big theater. But the show, I think, kind of suffers. And I think it's cool that Wallace... Now, I also love Wallace because he's one of the first guys that I ever got to feature for back in the day when I first started comedy. And so that's kind of fun. Saturday, there's going to be the Bloody Mary Festival at Fair Market downtown. And I don't know how that works. I know that for a while there were like 18 people try to start different Bloody Mary festivals around the city. I guess this is the little one that could.
Yeah, festivals are going crazy right now. It's hard to tell which one's good. I was thinking about going to maybe Houston.
Have you seen that there's almost no concerts anymore? It's like all these towns just have, like Conroe is having a country music festival. Conroe, Uvalde. CMT Music Awards are happening all around the city. Of course, the big awards happen on Sunday night. If you're into pop country music, Jelly Roll will be there. Keith Urban, Megan Maroney, Sugarland, and someone named Bailey Zimmerman.
Oh, man, what happened to country?
They found out where the money was.
That's
and
right.
Here's the thing. Here's what happens to anything. People love money. People with money love more money. And so people with money rarely say, oh, I want to support the thing that will make me less money and cost me extra work. They go, oh, less work and more money? Sign me up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense to us because we could have automated this show a long time ago and not really worked our asses off on it. Just made it a mid-show.
Just do the popular thing.
But we decided, no. Let's do the less popular thing for far less money than other people in the city are making. We are idiots.
I guess we get to sleep at night.
I don't.
Next to all the roaches.
Don't really.
Mornings with Matt and Bob. We're powered by Chewy. We're enjoyed by you. I hope. Hope you're having a good one. Yesterday, I finally got around. I had a couple hours in the afternoon. And I know these two guys, our partners, Chewy, Matt, they had already seen Roadhouse on. And you guys told me it was on Netflix.
Seen it twice.
That's a lie. That was the first lie you told me.
What?
How was that a lie?
Because it's on Amazon Prime.
I think I said Prime.
I watched it on Prime. You sure?
Yep.
I think,
That's all right. I only spent 30 minutes looking for it on Netflix going, how is this not top 10 Netflix?
why don't you search?
How is this not... Yeah, I realized about 30 minutes in that I could just press a button on my Apple
Right. And say
remote and go,
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. Wow. That's what I ultimately did. And then
Mr.
it took me-
Technology doesn't quite understand how it works.
It took me to Amazon Prime. I was disappointed when I saw the splash screen or the thumbnail, I guess they call it. And I was like, where does it say Dolby Atmos, Dolby Vision? Is this standard definite? What is this? This is like, they don't even, it was barely high definition. I don't know what's going on with that. You'd think they would at least in an action pic have Atmos
I would think.
processing on it, but they didn't. I'll watch it anyway. I don't know what you guys saw in that movie. And there are probably going to be some spoiler alerts, but nobody's going to watch this. It's great. It's not
an
great.
incredibly good movie.
It's
and
not
a
incredibly
blast.
good.
It's incredibly fun.
I have notes.
It's
Well, here's the
stupid. It's
thing.
over the top.
Have you seen the original Roadhouse?
I have notes. Yes. Yes.
And
okay.
were you a fan of it?
I didn't think that was a great movie. It was just a movie.
But it was like, it's Dalton, it's Patrick Swayze, and they're like, he's not, I
Saying
thought
things
you'd
like
be bigger.
saying things like I didn't think that was a great movie. Roadhouse, the OG, is an incredibly good movie.
It is a film history.
On what level is it a good movie? And like,
Okay, so these are the things that I think could impact
did it win
culture.
Best Picture? Was it nominated? Is
that all that matters to you, or awards? As we just talked about,
I'm just saying,
the
when you say
CMT
great-
Awards, and they're awarding the worst people ever.
Did it
In an art?
Did it move
Anybody-
the art of cinema forward?
Yes,
It
did.
did.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Absolutely.
Well-
Show me any other movie where a guy looks down and goes, right boot, and there's a razor blade attached to a boot, and when the guy tries to kick with that boot, his femur is snapped. Show me that movie.
And Matt is making my point here is that it is probably one of the most quotable movies. And that's really
Well,
what
I don't
makes
wanna
a
go
movie.
back. I
you
wanna
know how
talk
in
about the
Predator,
new Roadhouse.
you know how in Predator the two hands come together and you get to see the giant biceps flexed on the screen, and you go, yeah. That's. And if he also goes, if it bleeds, we can kill it. There's a time in movie lore when movies were being made that had quotables.
Okay.
They're fun.
Maybe you're too stupid to have a good time.
Yeah. Did you ever think about that?
So here's the problem I have with Roadhouse. You're creating a premise that can't possibly exist in real life for the
Correct.
sake of moving
Which part?
moving the story forward.
Which part?
The fact that they're somewhere in a area that's supposed to be a tourist trap kind of vacation spot. You have a bar where you could potentially at any given moment get killed.
Right.
But you bring your date there anyway, and there's always, not only do they have to pay 5 bouncers, and it doesn't look like they have anybody in the in the place. It's maybe packed out on Friday night or whatever.
Well, it's because the motorcycle gangs were chasing off all of the...
You've hired 5 bouncers. You have live music 7 days a week.
Right.
It's the only place in town.
How are you making any money? You have a roadhouse that's a thatched roof, which I don't understand how that doesn't catch fire in Florida. Right? Did that not even...
It's a roadhouse.
When was the last time you saw a building that had a grass roof?
Anytime I'm in Mexico.
Yeah.
And guess what everybody does when you're in Mexico? You sing, the roof is on fire. We don't need no water. Let the mother
burn.
No, I apologize.
Burn.
Don't apologize.
I go, this movie, some of my comments to you, this movie is doing wonders for Florida tourism.
Probably.
Florida is kicking their own tourists out and telling them not to come over there. So,
Well, but
And also, how practical is a cool little bookstore
that's great
right
for tourism.
next to a bar where you can get killed?
Hey, if you want to see if you want to go to an amazing bookstore, come to Florida. That's great for tourism right there.
The acting is horrible.
If you would like to see...
That's Gyllenhaal's fault.
No, Gyllenhaal's actually good. He's good in this.
Terrible.
It should have been Shia LaBeouf. And then it should have been another UFC fighter.
You got to figure out what movie you want. Shia LaBeouf, they have to take out Conor McGregor and all the over-the-top stuff, and they have to go serious.
Also,
but both of you guys are saying the movie got better when Conor McGregor showed up. It's when it turned into a cartoon. When the movie suddenly turned into a cartoon.
The fight scenes were very good, and it did turn into a cartoon. But you could say the same about Bond pictures. They're cartoons too,
right?
You know, what is that bar's furniture and pool cue budget?
It's high.
I don't know how they're making any money. Why are they even trying to keep this place open?
They are charging Austin prices for the drinks. It's $15 for anything you want, and beers are like $8. That's how they're staying. Mm-hmm. Guess what? You know what the movie teaches me? All these bars in Austin that say, "Oh, we can't pay bands. We'll give you a cut of the door." They're all lying because clearly the Roadhouse in Glass Key is able to have bands. Also, 7 nights a week.
And you know DeSantis keeps the taxes low.
Also, Conor McGregor aside, and I have a couple of Conor McGregor questions, but I'm afraid to ask them because I don't want to ever tangle with that dude.
He will come up here and really fight you.
These are the dumbest thugs I've ever seen. The thug guys, not the main, the henchman. The only good actor was the son of the guy trying to steal the land.
Think he was that good.
I thought he was good. He was slimy.
Yeah. Well, you also thought somebody in there was from another
thugs, show. First of all, the thugs live in a frat house.
Yes.
Well, yeah. What do you want them to all have their own cabin?
So is that what happens in crime? Like all the thugs live in the same house?
Bob, yeah, they weren't good thugs anyway. Do you remember their leader is the insufferable? He's an insufferable rich kid who doesn't really know what he's doing. And they're living in the guy's dad's house, and it's run down because they can't. Did you not catch that part? That they're not successful. They're living off of dad's
There's no
teeth,
water in the pool.
Right, because the dad is in jail.
Conor McGregor's good, though. He's a big star. He's going to be a big star. He's going to be a big star in action movie. And in fact, I'm going to write a movie.
No, Conor McGregor's not good, and he takes you out of the movie because Conor McGregor is just being Conor McGregor.
No, but this he walks like
nobody walks like that.
He does in real life. In real life, he does. He looks stupid like that.
Okay, first question. This is going to be the weirdest
question. Do we have a phone call?
This is going to be the weirdest question I've ever asked on the radio in 30 years.
Pause your question. Let's take this question.
Remember, it's going to be quotable. It's going to be quotable.
Write it down. Al, what's up, Al?
Hey, I love you guys. Love the show. Hey, Bob just put it into words, something I've been trying to put into words about creating a movie in a place or situation that's just impossible to reality just for the sake of moving the story forward.
Yeah, does it make sense? Go ahead.
I haven't seen Roadhouse, but I just went and saw the new Ghostbusters movie. I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan, and I felt like that movie was made up a lot of that stuff. It's just impossible situations for the sake
called
of moving
Ghostbusters.
I'm sorry that your Ghostbusters movie wasn't more
There's a
believable.
guy named Slimer.
Yeah.
That's a ghost.
I'm so sorry that your movie franchise based on a giant Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man isn't more believable.
I just don't believe it anymore.
It was super unbelievable, and it just there is such a thing as too far with that. I believe.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. Where did they jump the shark in Ghostbusters this one?
Well, the kids were ghostbusting, and they're underage, and the mayor was the EPA guy from the first movie. It was all just seemed very unlikely to me, and their containment unit was made, and there was no fail-safes in it, and
I like that the most unbelievable part of the Ghostbusters movie is kids taking initiative.
Well, it's not that. It's like they're functioning as police, and the mayor wasn't happy with it, And so, who lets a 15-year-old girl be a ghost police,
Wow, why don't you just move to Saudi Arabia, buddy?
Yeah, I know. Hey, I've been to Iraq. I know how it goes over there.
My God, who lets a girl be a ghost police?
All right, now here's my
Thank you for the
question.
best call we've had in weeks.
That's great. Thank you. All right.
And I
what is
can't
your
believe
question?
I'm going to ask this question. It's the weirdest question I've ever asked.
About Roadhouse, Connor, Gyllenhaal? What?
About Connor. And I thought he was fantastic. I thought, if anything, this movie did elevate and did move forward cinema fighting. I felt the impact of some of those hits. I did. I thought it was very camera angles, the wide angle, the choreo. I thought it was better than any
when they were
film
behind
I've
the
recently
bar.
seen. Yeah. I thought the fight scenes were well done. They're not believable.
Not believable at all.
But they're well done.
They are
I
so
felt the impact of some of those.
Impossibly unbelievable that's where I was like, all right, this is it.
All right.
Because they start the movie so seriously, you think that they're going to play it kind of straight.
All the way through, and then it gets cartoony. Yeah.
And then it turns into
boats are flying.
Look, Transformers is more down to earth than this movie is.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
Right,
the last fight was much.
And maybe you know the answer to this, and maybe you've thought of this too, Chewy.
But their bodies should not be able to survive for the last fight before they even started fighting.
But that's any Bond movie too. Like, how did James Bond just fall
your
5
body
stories
does not go,
and get up?
Your body at 60 miles an hour does not go into a brick building and then you just get up and start fighting.
Some people are built different. All right?
That's my question.
And Dalton is.
That's my question. This is my question.
Okay.
Nope.
Why are Conor McGregor's nipples so close together?
I didn't notice because of all the tats, but are they?
Go get some still shots.
Conor McGregor
He looks like he looks like he has implants.
Well, he has an odd
his
build.
His chest is way up by his throat.
He does. His
now I have river rocks,
genetically
but that's
speaking,
ridiculous.
his pecs are built differently than most dudes.
And his head is enormous. He's got a ginormous noggin.
All Irish do.
And it all worked. I mean, it works in the movie. His walk, his attitude, and all. I mean, I thought he brought some excitement.
This is why WWE wrestlers are great in the film, is because they practice that soap opera stuff. And Conor has kind of been that in the UFC.
Yeah, right.
He's a character.
Yeah, he's a character.
Charismatic.
But he
and
was
then the
threatening.
fighting
I
is
felt
already
like he
there.
was threatening.
I thought he was incredible.
I agree with you. I'd give him 2 thumbs up.
Did you guys think?
I mean, don't give him long dialogue of any sort.
That was an issue, is that when he got into the longer... Anytime he got a longer line, I was like, ooh, this one's falling apart.
I thought he was on the process of cracking up a few times. I thought he was going to break the fourth wall.
You realize that they foleyed more than half of his lines. So you watch? If you watch it closely, you can see that almost half of what he's doing is foleyed.
Well, maybe because I noticed his Scottish accent wasn't as thick.
Well, here's
in
the
this
thing.
movie, so I'm wondering if they dubbed it all.
Here's the thing.
They did that with Andy McDowell, in Tarzan.
No. Listen,
her whole dialogue was dubbed
I
over
suspect
by
that
another
most
person.
of his dialogue was AI'd. I suspect that because you can create anybody's voice now.
Yeah.
I suspect that most of his dialogue was AI'd.
It's a good
because if you
take.
watch it and listen carefully, I don't think it's a clean take from the set. It is, and at first I was thinking, did he foley these lines? And then part of me was like, oh, AI now allows you to fix any line. You don't even have to go in for Foley. And I think they used AI to fix, because I don't think he went up when you're supposed to. I mean,
I don't know.
I'm going to kick your ass?
That's kind of the way we have to get Frankie to call us and give us some insight about that. But maybe they do go up at the
Now,
end
is
of the
Conor
sentence.
McGregor Scottish? I thought he was from Ireland.
I can't.
I think he's Scott. McGregor is a Scottish
Well, no, I
name, isn't it?
understand that, but remember the Celts moved around a whole lot, and because the English shoved them about.
Well, I apologize to the Scots or the Irish or both.
We're
I'm
in
not
Texas.
sure.
It's the
I thought
same
he was
thing.
Scottish.
I mean, deep down, they're all Celtic tribes. They were pushed around by the Romans.
I'd like to see
And
what he's going
left
to
a void for the Britons to come over from Germany.
Right.
The only thing I did not like is there's that fight where they first fight Connor and Gyllenhaal and Dalton.
I thought the first fight was
the
pretty
bar-
good.
No, how it ended.
I don't remember. Don't spoiler alert.
Gyllenhaal just
Walks away.
Walks away.
Oh.
It was all right, and it's like they didn't accomplish what they were trying to accomplish there. Whereas
But you realize why he walks away, right?
because he was about to get angry
And they never
go crazy,
fully they
Yeah,
never
and turn into
fully
the Hulk.
explained
and then
what,
that's a whole different movie, and you got to pay those licensing fees.
but they didn't
they
interpret
didn't
that
fully
enough.
explain. The whole thing was stupid. You got this bar owner who probably shouldn't even own a bar, and I apologize that I thought that was the actress from The Bear, and it wasn't. There's
you
friends.
apologize for being a racist.
No,
is what you're
that's
saying.
I'm not. You know I'm not. But I did think it was her initially. I thought it was Io, and it was.
It's okay.
I can't remember the actress's name. I got it from the notes.
They don't even have names.
They're friends, actually, which is odd.
That is true. They are friends.
They look alike.
Yeah, they talk alike. At times, they even sound alike. You can lose your mind.
But why does she own this? Why would
Her
you
daddy
put
gave it to
uncle,
her.
no, her
Why-
uncle.
But
Her
why
uncle
would
owned
you
it.
put yourself through that agony of
Because-
owning a business where you could die?
She said in the beginning, my
gotta deal
uncle
with-
was part of the civil rights movement. He fought to open this bar in Southeast America, which was very hard for a black man in the 60s, and I'm going to keep it open for him. Now, did that seem believable?
No.
But that's the reason that she gave, that she was so
and why
committed to
did
it.
he take the job? And they didn't really get in enough of his backstory about how he killed that dude.
Wow. Spoiler alert.
Well, it's the beginning of the movie. It's
Well,
not.
he just got angry during that UFC
Yeah,
fight.
But
that's the
why?
thing, because he gets angry. When he gets angry, he kills people, and his whole point was he did not want to kill anybody, which he kind of crosses over at the end there when he just decides to kill everybody.
Let's
Sorry.
go to Frankie McGregor.
Frankie.
Hey, did you call the Scottish bat signal there?
Yeah, we did put out
we
there.
did. We did. Is Conor McGregor Scottish or Irish? Or both?
No, he's Irish. He's from Dublin.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's what I thought.
How do you get the name McGregor?
Well, there's I don't know. People move around.
Yeah.
You don't need to apologise. See, when you say for Scottish and Irish,
All right, well,
you don't need to apologise. It's only when you call them English.
English, yeah, that's what I was
Oh,
saying
okay.
earlier. Like the Scots, and they that's a lot of Celtic blood moving back and forth. But Celts are mobile people. Look, Frankie's
Yeah.
over here. Nobody else in Austin
Yeah.
sounds like
Oh,
Frankie.
wait a minute. Was Sean Connery Scottish?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
he was from Edinburgh.
And Tom Jones is Welsh.
Yes.
Okay.
Also a Celt. Here's a good one. How many potatoes does it take to kill an Irishman?
I don't know how many potatoes does it take to kill an Irishman.
None.
So that's what it was going to be. I like it. Thank you,
All right,
Frankie.
what was your question? What was your Scottish
Oh,
question?
that is brutal.
No, it was, I just got back into the truck and I heard we need to get Frankie a call, and I
Yeah,
heard
you got to get.
Roadhouse.
That's got to be
Yeah.
weird to get into your car and hear us talking about you.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird. I thought Roadhouse was a great movie. Just pure fun. 1980s. I was like being 16 again.
Yeah. So you did enjoy it. It's got to be
I
weird.
give it a thumbs up.
It's got to be weird to take the sheep's legs out of your boot, pull up your pants, get in the truck, and the radio guys are talking about you.
Listen, you can do both at the same time. Shoot on and walk.
Well, thanks for thanks for answering the bat signal.
Back to work.
All right.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Frankie.
All right, so he is Irish. The McGregor is
Yeah,
Irish.
yeah.
Okay, I like him even more now. But I want to see what he's going to. I think he's got a big future if he can break out of the mold of being.
It was only because he is that character. He's an a-hole that fights really good and talks S. He didn't have to act. They just told him what to say.
And you know we're big. What's his name? Big, the cop, the chief of police.
I don't remember.
He was in Robert Rodriguez's early movie. He was
He was Bucho in Desperado.
in Desperado. Good to see him getting a payday.
Where has he been?
I don't know. He's good. Always plays the same character, though.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Always plays
He
it.
got a good voice and face for all that.
Yeah.
Mobster stuff. Caller, what's up?
Can Bob do anything but be a perfectionist complainer?
Shut up, man.
Yeah.
Don't complain about this call.
Did you see Roadhouse? Oh, he hung up.
Good.
Son of a... Was it Connor?
Actually, I would have liked
I couldn't tell who
I
it
would
was.
have liked to heard his take if it wasn't Connor. I don't think it was Connor. I'd like to hear his take.
No, it's Conor McGregor.
I don't think people understand that I'm over the top when I'm here.
Also, you're reviewing Roadhouse.
You don't understand.
Like,
No, but here's what we don't
Your
understand.
take on Dune
I
is
guess
crazy.
it's good
'cause
on me that I'm like I can act to the point where I can.
I don't think
I
you're
can
acting.
get some-
Yeah, I
someone
don't
to
think
be-
you're acting. I don't think you enjoyed
What,
the movie
you think
yesterday
I
because
talk
you
this
kept
way at
writing
home?
us.
You text us
kept
in
texting
private.
us through the entire movie.
In private.
By the way, can I ask you for a favor?
Yeah.
Can you not send pictures of your feet up on a table and a giant thing of popcorn?
I know how to do a movie at
I don't want
2
to have your
o'clock.
feet
And
anywhere.
I pop popcorn.
But
I
while I'm
had a Rambler.
while I'm at work, it's
Oh.
kind of brutal.
Sorry.
To keep looking at the
My-
joy you're having in the afternoon
Well.
while I'm at the studio.
I
if you
felt
could
like
save that.
I felt like popcorn was appropriate for
It
this
does.
movie.
I mean, I gotta say this. As much as I make fun of your home theater, when I saw that photo yesterday,
Yeah.
I was very envious.
I will, and I'll make you mad and say this. I saw Dune 2. I thought it was pretty good. Thought Dune 2 was pretty good.
Oh, you went to Dune too?
Yeah.
God, I couldn't stay away.
IMAX, too.
I couldn't stay away. But you know what? I'm a perfectionist.
You really are.
So, what did he call me? I got to write that down.
Well, here's what I don't get.
What did he say?
You
I wish
literally
he would
brand
call back.
yourself
I'm
as
not
a
mad at him.
high-end perfectionist, and then when someone calls you out on it, you get really
Yeah, but I can
defensive.
call myself that. It's not for someone else to call me that. It's rude when they do. I'm not mad at them.
You went to film school. You're going to pop a bunch of holes in this movie. But I, who generally hates this kind of movie, loved
I
it
gave it
because
a
it was
thumbs up.
stupid and fun, and it doesn't hold together. They start making one kind of movie, then in the middle of it, they just switch to a different kind of movie. I mean, that's ridiculous.
And Jake Gyllenhaal's dumb. I've never been a fan. That dumb look of his.
I'm telling you, Shia LaBeouf, it should have been Shia.
Shia's career is done. Nobody wants to work with him.
Here's my favorite part.
That's why
we
it
were
was perfect.
watching the movie, and like 10 minutes into it, my wife hits pause and she goes, "Okay, I'm just going to say something, and I'm only going to say it once." And I'm like,
I don't like when this happens.
"Why is she mad? Like she's mad, right?" And she goes, "I'm just going to say something." And I was like, "She picked the movie. She started it. I don't even understand." And she goes, "His acting isn't good. I mean, look, his body is good, okay?" And then she goes back and hits start. And I was like, why did that even need to be?
anything?
But I was like, it affected her in such a way that she had to stop down the movie and then angrily I think she was mad because
She got heated.
I think she got mad because she wanted badly to not like the movie and not like Jake Gyllenhaal. And I think
Well,
she was
women
mad
know that he's
when
a groomer.
I think she got mad that when
Right?
he took his his shirt off or whatever in that first shot, when he's down, she goes, "I don't even think he eats."
He dated Taylor Swift for a while.
What if
Right.
you're watching Immaculate and you Sydney Sweeney's on the screen for a while and you stop it and you say, you know what? Her acting isn't good, but yeah, those things are thinging.
Right.
What would she say or do? And he started again. That's
I don't know.
So much fun.
I
I enjoy.
Gyllenhaal might be the worst top tier actor.
I don't even know he's top tier.
Except, don't you? Doesn't
Everyone
there a
knows
part
who
of
we're
you-
talking about.
There was a part of me the entire movie where I felt like the entire movie he was kind of looking and winking at the camera, like, "Can you believe I'm making this?"
Oh yeah, like
But you know,
I
what?
feel like
the
the whole-
director.
you know how my family and I decided to have that goofy dress up in all white party.
Yeah.
And the whole time it was kind of tongue in cheek. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if because he could have called this movie anything he wanted to. It
Right.
could have just been called The Keys.
Right.
It could have been called.
didn't have to be Roadhouse.
It didn't have to. He
could have
didn't-
been called Bar Fight.
because the only thing was Dalton, the name. Everything else he changed the story about.
And here's-
every single element it was changed. So why not just call it something else?
I heard that I talked
Unless
about
part
this.
of it is this cheeky smile, like I'm the guy from these movies, and I decided to make this movie.
I talked about this a couple weeks ago. The director of that movie went on record as saying, I'm mad that this movie didn't get a theatrical run because Jake Gyllenhaal won't be able to be nominated.
For Best Actor. He said, I think this is Best Actor material. And if you watch it,
maybe as far as Gyllenhaal goes.
I think that a director saying that is a director trying to get the Best Actor nod. The fact that he even said that with a straight face.
With a straight face, he said it to Variety or
because
whoever.
It's one of the stupidest movies I've ever seen. Also, complete blast.
No,
We'll say this. Did not expect Roadhouse to be as long as it was. It's like a full 2-hour movie. And you could have made that movie in 50 minutes.
I'll watch the first one again.
I need to go back and see it.
There's stuff in there that doesn't even... You don't need... The bookstore never needs to be there.
They're trying to get the kid angle in there.
Right. Why?
Because then the kids have a character they can relate to. Oh, look at that, And she was the best actress in the movie, I thought. I thought she was.
Right, but tell me.
She was actually trying. Yeah.
When you think about the whole movie, why was the bookstore ever there? Just to have some redemption at the end?
Yes, it's a purity, just to show that it is just a regular town with a convenience store and a bookstore.
No, there are no regular towns where a guy runs
buying books where no one can read.
There is no regular town where the convenience store is next door to a little bookstore that they opened. That doesn't happen.
I know.
That doesn't exist anywhere. Little towns like that don't have cute women-owned bookstores.
It's you know what it is? It's in screenwriting. It's what do they call? It's the thing in the first act. It's the gun above the fireplace in the first act that is going to go off in the third act. That they're going to use that to create tension. It's coming. The whole movie, it's coming.
So, with all this complaining going around, out of 4 stars, what do you give it?
Oh, stars?
Yeah.
2.5.
Oh, yeah, I'll give it.
I liked it.
I'll give it 2.
I watched the whole thing. I thought about turning it off before Conor McGregor came on.
I'll give it 2 3/4.
2 3/4?
Yeah.
I give it 4 stars.
Wow, you got to go to more movies.
Wait. Ranked on the Cocaine Bear scale.
I didn't see Cocaine Bear.
On the Cocaine Bear scale, it's a 4-star movie. Do you know what I mean?
I'll still the original is still the best.
No. That's a different scale. That's not even on. You can't rank regular Roadhouse on the Cocaine Bear scale.
If it's Cocaine Bear, then I'll give it 4 stars.
There you go. See, if you're loosening your pooter and saying I just want to go lap, you know what it was all Piranha
3D,
Piranha 3 Double D. Remember that movie?
Yeah, I love it.
That gets 4 stars on the Cocaine Bear scale as well.
Just remind me, though, Chewy, was the premise of the original Patrick Swayze Roadhouse more believable than this premise?
Yeah. Way more believable.
All right, then I'm going to go back and watch it.
Way more believable.
They're showing that, too, on Amazon.
He's a bouncer that's well-known in a ton of different bars.
The thing that really incites him is that his best friend gets murdered, and you're missing that
now
altogether in this.
Will there be a sequel? And don't give the ending away. Will there be a sequel?
I hope not.
You hope not?
I don't think there will be. Was there enough dark?
They leave it open.
Good reviews?
I think in the next one he fights DeSantis.
I want to write Dalton versus Creed. I want to write it. I think it can happen.
I think they should redo it.
I don't know why they would hate each other or fight each other, but it happened. I've got the end. It's the finale is going to be in the Sphere.
George Wallace
is Vegas. I'm not kidding. I already started writing it on ChatGPT yesterday.
All right.
That's crazy. On top of the Sphere.
It's called Neon and Blood.
What if they fought on top of the Sphere?
It's called Neon and Blood.
Okay.
Helicopter drops them off on the top of the Sphere. That's where they fight.
No, that's the end. The ending is going to be the fight in the Sphere, but they're not going to fight. They're going to fight with.
You don't think on top of it would be cooler?
Very few comedians have the longevity of George Wallace. Very few of them had the stories, the connections, all of that. George Wallace, we're fortunate enough we're going to have him in studio at 9 a.m. If I were you, just call into work. Don't go.
Mornings with Matt and Bob presents Nods to the Odd.
Let's go ahead and clear out some of the odd stories before we bring in Mr. Wallace.
Breaks are short today.
What's that?
Breaks are short today. I don't even have
Some are really long and some are really short. I don't understand the logic behind it. I just make them all the same, right?
Yeah, I got 90 seconds to scratch my butt.
A man was placed under arrest on suspicion of driving with a revoked license and driving under the influence in Las Vegas. You don't want to be popped on either of those. That's what the kids call driving dirty, ladies and gentlemen. He was booked into a Las Vegas detention center. This was on Monday. Police responded to a possible domestic disturbance in the area of Flamingo Road and Boulder Highway in southeast Las Vegas. A call indicated that a man, his name turned out to be Frank Afoa, he'd been chasing a woman, just running after her. Police show up. He was running after her in his car. He's on the north on-ramp. They pull him over. The woman alleged that Afoa attempted to hit her with his car. So they ran his license. When they ran his license, they found out he didn't really have a license. The license he handed was revoked due to him previously driving while having a revoked license. How do they revoke your license if you're driving on a revoked license? Isn't that just like a double revoked?
I don't know.
They accused and they said, we think that you may be driving under the influence. He said, no, I'm not. So they officers were told by Afoa's ex-wife that he had entered Arizona Charlie's. It's a bar. He began drinking heavily. And she said that she thought he was very drunk. So she said, do you want to stay at my house nearby? She said she did it for his safety. I think she won a little, you know what I mean? Anyway, he became agitated. He started driving aggressively. She jumped out of the car. He said, get back in the car. She said, I'm not getting in the car. So he said he was following her. Then I guess he lost his temper and tried to run over her. When cops... en route to the Clark County Detention Center, Afoa threatened to kick out the patrol vehicle window because he said, please pull over, I have to pee. And they said, no, we're not pulling over. He threatened to punch an officer in the face. Once they got to the place, you know what I'm talking about, the booking place. Once they got inside the detention center, they removed the cuffs. When they did, Afoa removed his penis from his pants and urinated directly onto an officer.
So not defense.
Works, though. Absolutely works. He is facing charges now, having failed to register his address as a convicted felon, unlawful acts related to human excrement, and driving with a revoked license and driving under the influence.
Hey, well.
Which in Vegas, it's called a hat trick.
It's a rough day.
Yeah, so good for him. You guys ever tried Milben Kaas?
Mornings with Matt and Bob presents Nods to the Odd.
Milben Kaas is making the rounds right now. People eating Milben Kaas on the internet. It's a type of goat cheese. It's ripened in wooden boxes, and it is infested with millions of tiny mites.
Sounds delicious.
Yes, the mites apparently add an extra flavor to the cheese.
Spicy. Nice.
Goes all the way back to the Middle Ages when it was produced in Saxony-Anhalt in Germany.
Do you eat it while the mites are alive?
You might.
Yes. Yes, they're alive. And in 1970, the recipe for Milbenkaas was nearly lost forever. Oh, that would have been horrible. An elderly woman in the village of Wertwitz remained the only person in the world who knew how to make this special cheese. She passed on her knowledge to a local science teacher named Helmut Pulsel.
You're making these names up.
It's called spider cheese. They call it spider cheese because the mites look like little spiders crawling around on top.
Gross.
You cut it open and then you eat it.
Is it nutritional? Does it help my stomach?
There's also small balls of salt caraway and elderflower. There you go.
There it is.
It says that it ripens and it gives off an unpleasant ammonia smell. Well, yeah, I would think so. So I say part of what ripens the cheese is that there's an enzyme in digestive juices that the mites have. As they eat part of it, they essentially are crapping and vomiting all over the cheese, and that's what you're eating. Milbenkaas.
Oh, and hot dogs are bad, huh?
Yeah.
This is one of those moments where I want to thank my grandfather for going over there and kicking the Germans' asses. You know what I'm saying?
Let's do it again.
Milbenkaas. No good.
Mornings with Matt and Bob presents Nods to the Odd.
Get one more of these in here. A man bought a storage unit. You know, those people talk about buying storage units.
I used to watch that show, Storage Hunters or whatever. What was that called? Remember when they used to bid on storage units?
Yeah, Storage Wars.
Storage Wars.
An unexpected turn of events. A man bought one of these storage units.
Uh-huh.
Turns out, opens it up. Guess what's inside of it? A safe.
That's fun.
You see a safe, what's it going to be? Money or a human head?
Jewelry?
Could be jewelry. Could also be a human head, right?
Never know.
Never know.
He opened it up. He opened up these. Managed to break into the safe. Inside the safe, there was $7.5 million in cash.
That's what you hope for.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
I'm not.
Would you return?
No.
But you know that's... If there's $7.5 million in a storage unit and not a bank, you know that's attached to somebody who's going to cut. That's razor blade across the neck, don't you think?
You know what I'm going to do?
How are they going to
Do you want to own that?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy a bar down at the Florida Keys with it. A roadhouse.
Living with stolen money is less anxiety-inducing than living broke.
You think so?
Yeah.
Looking over your shoulder at all times for someone to come murder you is less anxiety-inducing.
And when I have to live on the street, what is that?
Well,
what will I be doing?
You're
Looking
living
over my
broke
shoulder
right
for
now,
what?
and you're not living on the street. As long as Wendy's has their 99-cent menu, you'll be fine.
So do you leave it there? You already bought the storage unit, so that's on record. So
Right.
whether you keep the money or not, they're still coming after you.
They know your name, and they do not watch movies. Do you not know what people who have lost $7.5 million do?
I have $7.5 million now. You know how many security guards or somebody that I can hire to kill this person if I find out?
This is where I think you don't understand the value of money. That you think that you've got can have all these security. $7.5 million is not going to go very far.
You can buy a year of security with that. That's about it.
Then what?
Money is power.
Now what? Now what?
But you don't have any money or power when you run through the money.
Put $2 million. That's accumulating interest.
No, you can't put it in the bank.
You're accumulating
then
what?
the IRS
$80,000, and then after short game turn, that's $40,000 really.
Then I put it in a stock somewhere that's going up.
You can't.
That's still going to be short-term gains. You're still taxing.
It's also
that.
the IRS is going to. They know how much money you got.
All right, I'll set it on fire.
This is the thing that's broke. This is the thing where the music industry has broken all of our brains. Because young kids are leasing cars after one hit song, and you think, oh, they made $1 million, they can own that car and have that lifestyle, when it's all a put on. It's a put on.
It's an eminence front.
You're talking
is what
about
it is,
this
right?
hypothetical that is $7.3 million, and you're saying, how can you do this?
In the
I'm
end,
telling you how.
This is the best way to do it. In the end, the original owners offered to give the person $1.2 million if they would return the other 6.3.
Now, how do we know they were the owners?
Well, because two guys with giant thick necks and rope chains showed up and said, "We're the original owners."
So they put $7 million in a storage unit and then just decided not to pay the $100 a month rent.
Yeah, here's the thing. Sometimes things get kind of screwy, okay? But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. You can see that's my cousin, my cousin Tony. He had the thing, and my cousin Tony. He's indisposed of right now, so he couldn't make the payment for a month, okay? But here's the deal: we're gonna give you $1 million, okay? And you're going to give us the rest.
$1.2 million. That extra $2 million. Get your ladies a little something.
Get her a
nice.
coat or a jacket or something.
Yeah.
But here's the deal: you're going to take that $1.2 million and you're going to leave the state, and you're not going to turn back.
We're never going to see you again.
We're not going to see you, and you're not going to tell anybody what happened. Okay?
Now listen, we're going to know where you are.
Hope you guys enjoyed our little. This is a community theater community theater playhouse. I
if
hope you guys
only
enjoyed
Roadhouse
that.
was that good.
Finally, a guy's snake went missing for a year. You know, a pet snake?
I didn't use mine for a year.
A corn snake, and the corn snake was named Agnes. You didn't use yours for a year? He's in Britain. His corn snake goes missing. He's very sad. He puts up little things around the neighborhood. Have you seen me? Agnes the missing snake? Please give a call.
There's a cat missing in my apartment complex that they're wanting $1,000 if I find it.
The
$1,000?
RSPCA, really?
I'm going to go hang out. Send me the picture.
I'm going to go look for it.
Now, here's some luck for the guy. His corn snake has been missing for over a year. Another neighbor calls the RSPCA, which is like the ASPCA, except this is the royal one.
Yeah.
Calls and says, I've spotted a 3-foot corn snake in my garden. Which I think sounds sexual, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Oh, I've got corn snake in my britches.
You want to see my corn snake?
When the RSPCA arrived, the snake had vanished. But eventually they looked up, and a crow flying overhead had a 3-foot corn snake in its grips. However, the corn snake wiggled. The corn snake flies out and lands back on. Are you ready for this?
Tell me.
Lands on the roof of the guy who had originally lost the corn snake. Turns out it's the same corn snake he had lost a year before.
Did it survive the fall?
Survived the fall. And now he's got Agnes back in the house after Agnes went on a pretty effing amazing adventure. Who knows what all she saw? Now she's got to go back into a stupid cage that has a lamp and a heat rock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she's probably going to be pissed because he's like, oh, you're back. And she's like, I'm back in jail. I've been living the high life.
Free. Never flown before?
That's got to be amazing.
I got a flight out of the deal.
If you're a snake and you fly, you've got... Think of this...
It's like got to be, wow, this is cool.
Except you can't tell anybody else because you're stuck in a glass cage somewhere. Sucks. I know, people. I know.
Mornings with Matt and Bob presents Nods to the Odd.
That is today's...
That was a banger.
That's today's Nod of the Odd, ladies.
Yeah, that was a good one. I even enjoyed it for once.
Do we have any notice as our special guest? Has he arrived?
I haven't heard from him yet.
Okay, well let's run a track and see and then see what happens. We're hoping to have George Wallace here in the room, and when he shows up, he gets to be on. That's just the thing. When you're a legend, you do as you please, and we're absolutely fine with that. Mornings with Matt and Bob are powered by Chewy. Later in the morning, we do have some giveaways. You can pick your own tickets, as we did yesterday. We promised this earlier. And you know we were going to pull it off. But now we have a question for you. First of all, I'm sorry. I keep wanting to call you Mr. Wallace, and that's inappropriate.
Dr. Wallace.
Dr. Wallace.
But you got to understand, like you have an aura about you, George.
Yeah.
Like you're. Now we were asking earlier. Does it sound like a backhanded compliment if we call you comedian legend,
comedy legend?
If we call you legend George Wallace, does that sound?
You know
bad?
what? All the comedians complain about that because it just meant old man George Wallace.
Well, that's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about.
So is there a better word?
Comedian George Wallace.
But you're more than that.
Yeah, you come on.
You're more than that.
Legend means you've been around for a while. You're seasoned, and well, it has its meaning. You know, legend that is respect. To be honest,
I want you to know that you. Like, I feel like it's not intimidating.
Intimidating.
I think we want to address you in a different way than we address a lot of the comics that come in here.
Us.
Yeah,
that's honored. Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
I mean,
I'm going to cry.
No, you're not going to cry. I know that. I know that you're not going to cry.
You know I'm not going to cry.
I know you're not going to cry.
But I feel good when you sing this.
Okay.
And I understand what it means, but sometimes comedians just go... It's kind of like telling a comedian, this is not true, I can't do that. It's kind of, when you tell a comedian, you know what? You're pretty good.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Right.
You're pretty good. You guys are pretty good.
Yeah.
You guys are pretty good.
That means you haven't made it yet.
That means you haven't made it yet.
Yeah. You're not a legend
yet. You're kind of good, but you're pretty good. You know?
Well, and there's this thing, too, in comedy where you always want to be the coolest and hippest of the moment.
Exactly.
So if you call somebody a legend, that's
maybe
almost like saying,
your time has passed or something.
It has that connotation.
It's also hard to give a compliment to a comic because comics by nature
self-deprecating
and generally are like already.
Then I can believe you.
No one can hate a comic worse than they hate themselves.
You can call me crazy, man. Crazy George Wallace.
Okay, if it's coming from your mouth, that's what we're going to call you then.
Well, where else would it come from if it didn't come from my mouth?
Well, I mean, I was looking at the paper. I was looking about how all the other stuff that people were calling you and different ways that people were trying to dance around just calling you legend. They were like people going like what.
That means he's been around longer than the average comic. Because let's tell the truth, I've been doing it for 47 years, and I'm still new. I'm still going out to the comedy club like most.
I know you are.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
But it's one of the reasons that I have a huge amount of respect for you. Okay, because you're a comic that easily could come to town you do one show at one of the big theaters, okay?
Yeah.
This is my opinion, and I believe it heartily.
Mm-hmm.
Comedy is better in a club setting.
In a club.
Always.
Always, because it's right there in front of you, and I can touch the people. And I'm
Intimacy.
I'm intimacy. Who said that?
I said it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Where'd you learn that word? Intimacy.
I just learned it.
You just heard it this morning.
I've been using it. It's my word of day calendar.
Because intimacy comes before legend, right? So you was up to your eyes and you got down to your L's. But it is good, in some cities. I've never been to Austin before. Usually I do go to theaters, and you in and you out. But I like doing comedy, a personal touch. And you can talk to the people, you can talk about the people, and it's good. You get to know people. But it's fun. So I don't have a following here yet. This is my first time in Austin.
That's not true that you don't have a following here.
It is. I haven't been to a club, a theater here in years. It's been over 40 years since I've been to the city. They didn't even have comedy. I was opening for Tom Jones when I was here before.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, you did, and that's the thing. When you started going out, really, and you the thing is that your history, when they write your book, you have all of these touchstones, all these. You have rubbed. When people talk about, I think when people talk about stand up, there's that whole thing that happened in the '80s that really changed stand up forever in this country, right? Because we had stand up back in the '50s, '60s, but what happened in the late '70s and the early '80s, and you were at the store at that time, but you were also in New York. I mean, and you were roommates with a guy named Jerry Seinfeld. That some people
heard of him. Never heard of him.
Some people may have heard from. You were out there, and you're doing the shows every night with Robin Williams,
Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dangerfield.
Come on.
You're in all of that stuff.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of it.
Which is nuts, because you have all those stories, and for a lot of people, that would just be their career. That's their story. But you've continued. That stuff kind of blows me away. That how long you've been doing it, and all the different chapters you have to your story.
And I know everybody. I have the best life ever. I'm the most blessed person you've ever met in your life. I'm the most successful person you've ever met. It's not how much money you make. It's how you enjoy your life while you're living. And like you just mentioned, Seinfeld. My best friend for 40. I'm actually the real roommate, George.
Right.
For 13 years. And as I told him this morning, I'm also the best man in his wedding.
I know that.
And I'm the father of his kids. You know everything.
You're the father of his kids.
You're running a lot. But I'm mad at you guys, though. You guys did some great news this morning. The $1 million, the $7 million in the safe.
Yeah.
I would have kept the money, never told anybody. That's what I would have done.
Well, the thing is, I think once they saw it, they started to panic.
They did open it, and they found
it. Look, if you find that kind of money.
Wait a second. Who had the combination? This is set up. This was set up. Now,
I think they had to break into
it.
They had to pop into it.
And
that's probably the thing. They called the safe cracker. The safe cracker sees it. Now you got another witness. If you find a duffel bag of money, what you have found is trouble. And a lot of people think, I found, and I don't even care if
someone's looking for it, yeah.
If you win the lottery, you've also found trouble.
I don't think you should be taxed on the lottery money. That money has already been taxed. So
Bob says he won't play the lottery because he doesn't want to have to deal with taxes.
I don't want the problems that $20 million will bring.
Well, that's another thing in show business. You know what? Like we talked about my best friend, right? Everybody's in the news talking about he's a billionaire. Yeah. I'm not a billionaire, but I have enough money to do what I want to do, and I can go pee. They can't go see.
They can't go to a public restroom.
They can't go to any restroom.
Because, you know what?
What you call those? Paparazzi.
Someone asked John Wayne once why he didn't use public restroom, and he stood up and he said, "I might have been Johnny or somebody." He said, "Because when I go to a public restaurant, someone goes, 'You're John Wayne,'
and they pee on you,
and
right?
They pee on him.
And you don't even have to be at the police station either, do you?
Now you're saying you can go, but now if you want the paparazzi feeling, we'll follow you to this restroom here and take pictures of it. So you
they just take pictures of you coming out of your door in the morning. So they're all in the bushes. You don't know where they are, and all they want to catch you is one bad moment. What do you call it? A terrible moment. You give them the finger or something like that.
Right, and then that's the cover.
That's the cover. So I can go anywhere Jerry Seinfeld goes. I can do anything he does. But enough people know me to satisfy my little ego. We're walking down the street in New York City, bus driver blows on, "Hey, Mr. Wallace." That's fine with me. I don't need everybody, every Tom, Dick, and Harry to follow me everywhere I go.
That's an important life lesson right there, is that you have to work towards satisfaction, not toward... That's
the way they say that.
Now, let me ask you a question, because I just watched and you may know him, Steve Martin got a great documentary on... It's on Apple Plus.
I got to watch it. Yeah,
it's very good. And what struck me about that, and I actually saw Steve Martin perform early on. And what struck me about his story is he never gave up. He knew he wasn't catching on. His comedy was very specialized. It was kind of goofy, but when he caught on, he caught fire really quick.
Yeah.
And but he never gave up.
And
Where
it was
other
at the right
people
time.
would have gave up. What drove you? What drove you through comedy? What pushed? What kept you going?
I'm gonna tell you what it is. Look at you guys. How long you been doing radio?
30 years, 33 years.
Look at you. Doing nothing.
20 years.
Doing nothing. Look at. Hey, wait a second. What I'm trying to say is that it's something I love. It's something I wake up. It's my sex and it's my drugs. Can I explain that?
Yeah,
It's my sex.
I get it. You don't have to explain it to me.
I love what I do.
You made Bob leave the studio altogether.
He's old. He went to pee. So and I'm going with him.
And he walked out.
So we're legends. We're legends. So, but yeah. So when you love what you do, that's the greatest gift in life, man. That's what I teach the young kids today. Make sure you enjoy your life, okay? Because life is backwards. Don't you hear old people say, when I turn 65, I'm going to retire and travel all over the world? But what? You're too damn old. Make sure you enjoy.
Thank you.
And live your dream, too. That's most important.
Yeah, I think we somehow, maybe because of the TMZs or the pictures that we show, we've taught our youth that only the highest heights is success.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
There's a comedian named Doug Stanhope, who you may or may not know from over the years. And Doug tells this great joke where he said, I finish a show, I get off stage, and someone goes, "Man, you're so great. I hope you make it." And he's like, "I'm the goddamn headliner. What do you mean? I thought I did make it. My name is on the. But what they meant was, I hope you get to be super famous." He's like, "But all my bills are paid. Every club wants me. I'll never have to I get to do what I want every day. That's making it." But when you're in one of these things where the idea of celebrity is there, somehow you're either the number one celebrity or you haven't quite made it yet. And that's unfortunate when we do that to some of our younger people.
Well, you know what I teach the younger people? Don't worry about being on top of the mountain. Just be on your way up the mountain.
Just find a place somewhere.
Let me tell you something. Everybody you know that's number one, they got problems. That's luggage. You know the airline charge you for extra luggage.
Yeah.
Name me a person that's number one that didn't catch hell. John Kennedy is dead. Martin Luther King is dead. Prince is dead. Michael Jackson is dead. All kinds of problems. It comes with extra luggage. That's what I said. I have enough people know me to satisfy my little ego. Just be on your way up the mountain. You don't have to be number one. You can be number 50 in comedy and still making it. I got everything.
You know what I noticed in comedy? When you become number one, everybody starts telling you that you stole your act. That you've been stealing. They never accuse you of joke stealing until you become super famous.
And then another thing, when you get so famous, they said, "I think he fools around, a little gay or something like that." That's when you know you made it. Yeah, that's when you know you made it.
Puffy's been on top for a while, though. Puff Daddy.
Wait a second, that's not cool.
Is it not?
No. You don't know whether he's been on top. He could be a bottom. You don't know. You don't know. You just. But it's true, isn't it? Yeah, you keep naming all this. Name a person on Michael Jackson. Keep going. Everybody been on top. Come with trouble.
Yeah, everybody. I mean, Whitney Houston.
Elvis.
Yeah,
come on.
Oh, my.
Trying to think of some top.
Elvis doesn't matter. He died on the stool, didn't he?
Beyonce's doing all right.
Beyonce, yeah, but she's catching a little hell.
Oh, that's true.
This ain't Texas. I love that song.
I do too. I do too.
I got to learn to do the dance, though. There's always somebody complaining. Name a person on top. There's somebody complaining about it. Usher.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He stayed a year with P. Diddy. Hey.
Who's the GOAT?
I can't wait till the documents come out. Until the Lifetime movie
A whole year? That's a long time, right? Yeah.
Who's the GOAT in comedy for you? Was it Richard Pryor? Was it Carlin? Was it...
Dude, why you say Carlin? Carlin has, people don't know, Richard Pryor, George Carlin is crazy, man.
Yeah.
He has a book called Brain Droppings. I started reading, I stopped. Because whatever you think you thought of, it's already in the book.
In the book, yeah.
Oh, wow. George Carlin was really, really great. Richard Pryor, super funny. So there's a lot of number ones, you know, and I just love everybody. There's some guys you don't even know.
I might know. I've seen, like...
Bernie Mac was funny.
Yeah. Oh, Bernie.
Yeah. So I'm trying to tell you.
I've seen Franklin Ajayi. Remember Franklin Ajayi?
I was with Franklin Ajayi 3 weeks ago in Sydney, Australia.
No, he's still...
Melbourne. Yeah, he's still down in Melbourne.
Dude, he put on a killer show. He opened up for some Lou Reed or somebody one night. I saw him. Another one, Richard Belzer, I used to love.
He's the first one to bring me on a stage and catch a rising star.
I've seen him live. I've seen them all live.
You keep naming the names. I grew up with these people. Richard Belzer is the first one to bring me on stage to catch a rising star. First one to bring Jerry Seinfeld on stage and catch a rising star.
You grew up with them. Bob's old enough. He raised some of them. That's what's going on there.
Bob's old.
Here's the thing. Hey, you want to play a game?
Yeah.
How old is Bob?
What's up for grabs?
How old is Bob? We're not going to say it on the microphone
show for free tonight if I win.
55.
Thank you. I love you.
Damn.
I want to hug you.
I love you too. Write the number down. More than 55.
No, I'm writing down. I can't say
He's writing the numbers. Look how long he's writing.
They'll fire me.
That's how old that dude is right there.
He's the same age as Jerry Seinfeld.
I'm not that.
Exactly.
Jerry Seinfeld, you born in 1954.
No, I'm this. He's lying.
Oh, why are you going to do that? What's the difference between those two ages I just showed you?
Well,
Come on.
you're rounding up, but
Well, the only difference is what Social Security they're going to pay you.
Well, are you taking your Social Security now?
no.
You're stupid. Let me tell you something.
Yeah, well,
Let me ask you a question.
Listen, if you want to be my financial guy, I'll
No, you don't have to stop working. You keep the money from Social
I
Security.
know, but they say you get more if you wait. But then you don't know if you get...
You don't know you're going to wait.
I
You could
know.
die tomorrow. Your wife get $250 to bury you.
By the way, you guys are listening to Dollars and Cents with Dr. George Wallace.
And don't you feel better? It can get there. And I'm in Austin, Texas. Am I all over the world? What am I?
Yeah,
Just in Austin?
right now, you're going to be all Central Texas area. Then the podcast picks up there. We got 20 or 30,000
around the country.
But right now, we're mainly talking Austin.
Well, you guys are great this morning. I enjoyed you.
We love comedy. We love you, man.
Listen
I love
here.
comedy.
I heard you talking about the guy at the police station peed on the police officer.
That's always a bad move.
That's good for that's an asshole right there. That's not an ass whooping. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
Well, both of those words apply to that situation.
Well, it's close to that. But you can't pee on somebody, dude.
Especially if they've got you in cuffs and they have
you're very
sticks.
famous.
Yeah.
You know, unless you're very famous and somebody turn and go, hey, aren't you George Wallace?
We were about to get into it, and I forgot to. When you were early on in your career, didn't you open for a lot of musical acts?
Oh, I did just a night show on a Thursday night. The next night I was in front of 17,000 people. And I was with Natalie Cole.
Okay, because you were talking about, but you were here with Tom Jones, Natalie Cole.
I worked with Natalie Cole, then I went to George Benson. Then I went to Helen Reddy. Then I went from Helen Reddy to Smokey Robinson. And then I went with, after Smokey Robinson. That's all I did. All I ever wanted to be was a comedian. I never thought about television or radio, anything like that. All I wanted to do, Seinfeld and I was roommates, and we talked about, there's some comedians in Las Vegas making $300,000 a year. Damn. This is 1976. $300,000 a year.
That's crazy.
That's all I wanted. I wanted to go to Las Vegas. That was my goal, to go to Las Vegas. But I did. I wanted to be a comedian in the round theater. 70,000. I worked every group there is out there. So I wound up after George Benson. I went with I'm Coming Out, Diana Ross.
Oh, man.
She didn't even know what that song was about when it first hit. You know? It was written for gay people. They really, it was written for gay people, and she didn't know what it was. She thought it was, I'm Coming Out on stage. You know? And then I went with Diana Ross, and then Tom Jones asked me to work for him. I said, no way in hell, because I was working at Caesar's Palace.
Right.
And I said, I'm not going to work for you. I'm working with Diana Ross, 17,000, 18,000 people every night. And so one day she had a vacation, and sure enough, we had the same agency. They booked me with Tom Jones. I did not know he was international. I knew he was Tom Jones, but 17,000, 18,000, just like her. I wound up with Tom Jones for 5.5 years.
Did anybody throw panties or hotel keys to you?
Yeah, they used to do it all the time. You know, and people said, Tom Jones, does he have any socks down there? So he got a couple pair of shoes in there, too. Back in the 70s, you remember back in the 70s, everybody showed their junk. You had to wear tight pants. So you remember that?
Yeah.
And people
I got a picture of Rick. I'm standing next to the rock star Rick Springfield. I used to work in the concert
Isn't he from
business.
Atlanta?
He's from Australia, isn't he? Rick Springfield?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And we're standing there, and I'm just this 20-something-year-old kid, and he's standing next to me. And I looked at the picture later. His jeans, he's stuffed. Not only that, he's sandpapered
The front of that, so you get like a little abrasion.
so that it would highlight the...
Are you serious?
No, I'll show you the picture during the commercial break. I think I got it on my
so
phone.
Cool, man. Yeah. So we did some stupid stuff back in the 70s. We had a lot of fun, you know.
Were the audiences more respectful back then?
I don't know how to say that because my audiences are respectful all the time. I still have a lot of fun, and I just love working. I love live performances, and people, the closer, the better. And that's not true. I love working for big crowds, too. But it's just good to work and do what I do.
I appreciate the fact, because a lot of comics, especially when they get to your level, will only go to the theaters. Because like you said before, hey, the experience, everything is better in the club. But the one thing that isn't better in the club is how much you're going to get paid at the end of each night. Because you know that you could go do one of the theaters here in town and make the same amount and do one show. But it's not the same for the audience. When you are sitting 40 rows back It's not the same.
Not the same.
Being able to see you up close at Cap City, by the way, George's going to be at Cap City tomorrow night, Saturday night.
Saturday night, 2 shows tomorrow night. Not only me, guess who's with me? Marsha Warfield from
Really?
Night Court.
Really?
I wouldn't. I
really?
do. I'm not.
Now, are you friends with her? You're friends with everybody, right?
When I got to California, Seinfeld and I drove across country, 1977. Marsha Warfield was standing at the door at the Comedy Store. So I've been knowing her for that many years. And she's still good. She did Night Court, and she's on Night Court this week, I think.
Really?
Yeah. And so she's with me, and I tell you what, that's 2 headliners together, okay? And normally, this is great, but I love working these small clubs. I've been in Las Vegas for so long. I had 750 seats there for 15 years.
Yeah, I remember
so
reading
that was
about
my goal. My goal was to just work to get that $300,000 I told you about earlier.
Yeah.
That was my goal. I never thought about television and movies, anything like that. So I went there for 30 days. Next thing you know, I was there for 60 days and next 15 years. That's a blessing, right? That's my dream.
You were in Vegas for a long chunk of time.
Didn't I just tell him 15 years?
He told him.
Are you listening to me?
I am, but I'm
How old were you when your mind just got up and walked away from you? I told you 15 years, didn't I? They're going to throw me out of here. Watch and see.
No, I'm going to make you feel. I had a stroke a year ago, and sometimes my brain doesn't work. Hey, no, the reason I'm reframing it is that because why'd you stop doing that?
Because let me tell you why. The first time, Seinfeld stopped after. I mean, we were really close. I don't mean to talk about him a lot, but he stopped the show after 9 years. And everybody said, "Why'd you do that?" He was going to make $5 million per show. Over. I'm on stage 10 years at the Flamingo, 750 seats sold out. He walked on stage one night and said, "We're through here. We manage each other."
And he just said, "You're done.
Yeah.
It's time."
And we did that, and then we went down, we did Comedian Cars and Coffee, and he said, "Okay." And I had made tons of money in Las Vegas.
Right.
You can figure that out, 750 seats.
Sure.
But,
I can do it.
And I did 6 days a week. Come on. It was wonderful. So,
had you lost some of the spark of wanting to do that after that many years?
No, I want to get back out on the road. I want to do this, what I'm doing now. That's why I haven't been to Austin. Every comedian you know, and I did it backwards. Everything in my life is backwards. See, I made a lot of money. Most comedians say, and that's what life is backwards. I teach the young people I mentioned earlier. Old people say, when I turn 65. No, take that money now. When you turn 67, take your money.
Yeah.
You could die tomorrow. Let me tell you something. You know you can still make as much, you can work as much as you can, right?
Right.
So why not did you put the money in there?
Wait,
Is that your money?
Yeah.
Well, then why don't you get your money?
I want the government to have it.
When I walked in here, I said, he's a little off. When I walked in here, I knew.
You don't even know, man. You don't even know. But we're gonna
yes, I do.
We're gonna be
certain
good
people,
friends.
Certain people you just know. I'm off. You're off. We're all off here. We're all crazy. So that's what we enjoy in life. See, look. I tell people every night. I don't even know how to explain it sometimes. I'm so blessed, and I thank God sometimes I choke up, because all I do is lie. I just make up stuff, man. Isn't that great? Just tell a lie and just and they pay you and say, "Come on back in tomorrow." I just love making up stuff.
Good catch. It's okay. You could have said it. We'll just dump it out.
Yeah.
I love your Twitter too. You just make up some random
Twitter
stuff.
is very good.
Thank you so much. I'm a little, since I've been on the road, and sometimes we do it with my office in Las Vegas. We do it like weeks in advance. I use that one we had last month.
Right.
Sometimes I don't even know what I put out because I pay people to do that. Well, my office rather.
Right.
But I love it.
It's fun.
And
It's
whatnot.
really fun.
Because I don't. Well, I'm a rebel. I don't give a.
Yeah,
right.
I don't give a ass,
It's good. Just stay
I'll
off of
eat
social
cupcakes.
media.
Yeah, I'll eat cupcakes in a pan, and I'll eat pancakes in a cup. I don't care. I'm going to be talking about that this weekend, too. Sometimes you can bring back old stuff, and it's really good. I did a joke 30 years ago, and a man reminded me last Saturday at the Comedy Store. It's about, I was on stage, and I told everybody, remember my name. This is 30 years ago. My name is George Wallace. I don't want you walking out here going, that big black guy was funny. And I started it this week in New York City at Gotham, and then when I walk off stage, you know what I say? I'm that big black guy. So I have the greatest job in the world. I love what I do. You guys are doing really good. I'm sitting here just talking. We're all getting, you guys are getting paid.
Yeah.
Not me. But it's just wonderful.
Yep. Do we have time to play a little bit of the Dennis Quaid game with George?
Absolutely. Let's do that.
So the
Let's
Dennis Quaid game we played for the first time with Dennis Quaid, the actor.
Okay, I know.
And he's got a huge filmography like you do.
Okay.
All right. And TV shows and stuff. And we were like, listen, you've done all these movies. We're going to name a movie, and you tell us the character that you played. And if you can get like 3 out of 5, we'll get you a set of steak knives or something to give you,
I can't take them on an airplane. I can't get these knives on the airplane.
They're plastic knives we're going to pull out of the to-go
We'll
thing.
ship them to you.
It's it's radio money. It's not like it used to be.
I steal those at Delta, right? I go into the Sky Club. I get all of it because you might need a plastic fork somewhere on the road. You know,
we got ours from the last comic.
So we're going to name your movie, and you're going to tell us the name of the character that you were in that movie.
Ahead.
All right? Let's see.
Oh, the name of the character?
Yeah.
You're crazy. Go ahead.
Dennis Quaid didn't do very good either.
Okay.
All right. Who were you in Batman Forever?
The mayor.
The mayor of what?
Gotham City.
All right. How does that work, by the way?
I was working with, what's the man name down front? I didn't work with him that day. And I worked with him again, too.
Oh, who? Michael Keaton?
No.
The man down
Val
front.
Kilmer? No, who was Batman? George Clooney.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh, Tommy Lee Jones.
He was Two-Face. Yeah.
Yeah.
I worked with him on a movie called also Just Getting Started with Morgan Freeman. I hate Morgan Freeman. Go ahead.
Who were you in Little Nicky?
Wait.
I can't go off over that. This is easy. I was a mayor in Little Nicky.
You always play a mayor?
You get caught.
That's called typecasting.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, you're going to ask him. We just heard. Why do you hate Morgan Freeman?
Because I started 47 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So every role I would go read for.
He did it. He ran
Starting with glory. He got it. It ticked me off, dude. You even the one he played the president of South Africa? I could talk like this.
Did you try Shawshank?
I could have played Red.
Yeah, you could have.
Oh, you like Shawshank Redemption?
Yeah.
What's his name? Red. What's the partner name? He drove through miles. He should go through miles just to come out.
Willie Dufresne. Dufresne? What's his name?
Yeah.
Bill Dufresne drove through miles of shit just to come out looking clean on the other side. I could have been what's the name in the
Andy Dufresne.
Andy Dufresne crawled through miles of crap just to come out looking clean on the other side.
Cupcakes from a plate.
Look, like you said, when you get super big, you got problems. So Morgan Freeman had to do Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. So, you got out of that.
Right? I could have done driving this day. Hell, I'm from Atlanta. I could have driven around. I know more about Atlanta than Morgan Freeman does.
He didn't need directions.
Is that right?
All right, let's go to The Lady Killers, 2004.
Chef.
Damn, you're good.
Damn,
Your
dude.
mind is sharp.
That was with the Who. Who's that? That's what the.
But here's what's crazy is that we've never had to give out the knives because nobody can ever remember it.
That was the Coen brothers.
I'm going to have to
The Coen brothers, yeah.
Coen brothers movie.
What's my guy name was the star of the movie?
Lucas, go into the kitchen and start looking for some cutlery because I think we might have to finally give some away.
That's not Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, yeah. Tom Hanks, yeah.
Oh,
And the
my
Wayans
God. You work
brothers,
with
yeah,
Tom
yeah.
Hanks?
Go ahead, yeah.
All right, one more. You got these knives.
That's pretty good.
You already won them. You got three out of three.
Plastic cutlery.
Let's go way back to your...
I'm going to miss this one just so I don't win.
And I want exactly how IMDb has it listed. Your second movie in 1988, Punchline. Was that with Sally Field?
That was with the same guy.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, yeah.
And you were in Punchline in 1988. Your character was...
I door one. I had my hand up. I was on a plastic shield, and a guy, Tom Hanks, says to me, "What are you waiting for? A taxi?" You held it because they put me in that plastic. What do you call it?
Cast.
A cast.
That's right.
And I was in it all day. Dude, it hurt.
Your character, according to IMDb, is man with arm in cast.
Isn't that what I just said?
You got it. You win, baby. You win.
I did pretty good, didn't I?
He wins, ladies and gentlemen.
Sharp as a tack.
Do yourself a favor and go see That Black Guy at Cap City Comedy tomorrow and Saturday.
And
Remember
Marshall
this.
Warfield, too. There's two of us, yes.
His name is
Marshall
George
Warfield.
Wallace. He's going to be there with Marshall. This is a great weekend, and it's a special event.
Yeah, you guys
Get
come
yourself
out.
there.
I am coming out.
Yeah, come out. And make sure I take care of you. Make sure you get tickets to sit right down front so I can talk about you like a dog.
No. We're hiding in the back. We're hiding in the back.
A long
Hiding in the
time.
back.
We're in the shadows.
I talk about your mama.
Let's go real quickly. We've got to introduce you to Law Tigers. Thank you so much, Mr. Wallace.
God bless you.
Comedy guru, comedy
I like
guider.
that.
We're trying to find out something that's better than legend.
Okay. Funny man, George Wallace.
Funny
like
man,
it.
George
Funny
Wallace.
you are.
Yeah,
And you
crazy
are.
George Wallace. And I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
We'll take it. We'll
How
take
about
it.
that?
Hey,
I
let's
love
just
it.
go
This
straight
has
to
been
this.
a wonderful show this morning.
As Mr. Wallace leaves the room, dressed in his purple jacket this
That
morning.
was a fly.
That's one of the big thrills so far. I mean,
That's fun.
I've had some moments where I've met some nice people in here.
We
but,
have got
dude,
to.
that was up there.
Yeah, I might check
That's
it out
up
this week.
there. That's up there with meeting the Funk Brothers. That was up there with meeting, when Kevin Hart did the show back when he was coming up.
That's one of those things where we have to start keeping.
I don't know why we never
deodorant stick in here, because I noticed something about myself.
You stink.
Some interviews I will sweat during, and that's one of them where I got.
I thought you were.
No, look, my mouth doesn't move.
I think he made it very comfortable for all of us.
Yeah, some people get really defensive. I was doing an interview during South by. I won't mention the guy, but I was talking about his longevity.
Yeah.
He got really offended because...
Well, you know who did get offended when we were going through his history was... I can't remember his name now, but he wrote for Richard Pryor and wrote for another legendary comedian, and he got upset when we were kind of talking about the past.
Yes.
We didn't meet.
It was Mooney, and he did get upset with us, and he was. But I don't know if he was having a bad day that.
He might have. You got to remember, sometimes people have bad days.
But he also may have had a whole bad weekend. Because you remember, he got a buddy of ours fired because he didn't like the way he looked.
Oh, that's right, an opening act.
Yeah. I don't know what was going on.
This was a whole. Anyway,
the man's passed, so we'll let him rest in peace. But I noticed at some point when we got up to take a picture, I was like, that's me.
Oh, man.
That's me that smells like that.
Yeah.
And now I can't.
And he smelled good. He's the second best smelling man that we've had in this room. You know who the first one was?
Billy Bob Thornton.
And he might have been the guy, the new Bones from the Star Trek franchise, the actor, the British actor or whatever. What was his name? Carl Urban.
Oh.
Carl Urban's the
that
first.
Dude
now, here's the thing. Up until today, the second best smelling man that's ever been in the studio has been Johnny Gowdy.
No, Johnny Gowdy can splash some cologne on tastefully.
Thought it naturally smelled like that.
He might. Gowdy may naturally. He has that.
He sweats cologne.
George has put together though that purple leather jacket. Dang,
I like that.
That was drip.
Yeah,
that was drip.
I know Chewy would rock it. Would you rock it?
Yeah. Oh,
I think I'd look ridiculous.
We're not
I think
the same
I'd look
size.
like I was trying too hard.
He's a big guy too. I forgot how he's 6'3", 6'4".
When he stood up,
I
stood next to him. I was like, I didn't know that he was a giant.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got to have some deodorant because when I get next to him, I realize there are certain acts that come in here and it revs me. I think I get excited that they're here. It's not like even like a nerve, like I'm afraid of doing it. It's the
comedy interview, so you got to take. I think we all did good, but you usually take the lead.
I don't try to bogart
because you're
that.
in the business.
It's just that. Anyway, Dad, and I noticed that I was like, I kind of stink.
No, I felt
I
good.
think it happens sometimes with comics. I get excited. I want the comics to have a good time here.
You know what I felt good about? I got free financial advice, and I didn't even expect that this morning.
Yeah.
So I got a little extra. You know what I mean?
I do. Like, what I know is that you're.
I trust him.
I know, but here's what
I'm firing somebody
here's what
today,
George Wallace,
and I'm taking his advice.
Here's what George Wallace just did for all of us.
What?
You're buying lunch from now on.
Yeah.
I'm also getting a Cybertruck.
Yeah.
With the government's money.
Yes.
With the government's
That's
money.
your money, and I want it now.
That's right. Thank you, George Wallace. If you're listening on the way back to your sweet hotel suite, to your Rain Man suite, wherever, thank you. Thank you for saying what none of my highly paid financial advisors have ever told
Bob
me.
Bob has a structured settlement, but he needs cash now. Calls J.G. Wentworth. 877 cash now. 877 cash now. Anyway, I need to cool off because I am sweating like a. I don't know why.
You want me to bring a cooler in?
You got a cooler? What, Connor on the phone?
Yeah, no, I got David here ready to cool off the heat.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey, David.
Hey, guys.
Hey, what's up, man? What do you got for us today?
David, how big are your balls or how small is your brain that you have the worst jokes ever? Why would you call in after funny man George Wallace?
Well, I'm going to bless y'all. You're going to have two professional comedians on the radio.
Thank you.
Okay,
I hope George Wallace is listening and taking notes.
I do too.
Okay.
It really could help his career.
Okay, I got some heavy hitters today, okay?
All right.
Okay, first of all, I met Dennis Quaid, okay?
All right.
It was a good deal. He's a nice guy. Anyway.
Was that one of the jokes?
No, that's serious. That's serious.
Okay, just a little name drop.
Well,
to
let
get
us know when
up.
the comedy's going to start.
Yeah.
I mean,
right now.
Okay.
How come Santa Claus has only one baby a year?
Because he only comes once a year.
Okay, y'all better. Okay, how come Frankenstein can't make Elvira during Halloween? I wrote this, but
wait, how come Frankenstein can't what?
Make love to Elvira, I think. Is that it?
Yeah. That's the punchline, though. Come on.
All right, what?
He got a hot weenie. Nobody gets it. No.
But why Elvira?
Hey, can you do me a favor?
What was Elvira doing in that
Will you
joke?
cut just because nobody gets that one? Because so we need that for the board when everything falls flat.
I was going to say,
nobody gets that one?
Because her stuff is fire.
No, but it doesn't matter what woman you would have put or a person that you would have put in that position in the joke.
I know. Remember, he said he wrote that one? Don't try to make it make sense, dude.
Okay, but y'all didn't hear me. He got a Halloweenie. Nobody can.
Oh, is that what you said? We thought you said he had a hot weenie.
No, a hollow.
See,
Halloween.
one of the mainstays of comedy is having the audience understand what you're saying.
Yeah, you want to work on enunciation a little bit.
Okay, all right. But listen to this.
I'm listening.
What is the definition of relative humidity?
Your hot cousin?
Hey, dude, what is wrong with you?
Are you crazy?
Do you
Bro,
think
you
that
dropped
that's
the
something you
F-bomb?
could say on the radio?
I'm sorry.
Oh, finally.
Let's keep it PG, Jim Gaffigan, kind of Brian.
Okay, now we don't know. What did you say? What is the...
I apologize. Here comes the punchline. When you're making love to her, your balls start sweating. Okay, good night.
It's morning.
Thank you.
And it's not. You don't say good night. You say that's my time.
Don't try to fix him, please, because Dave is becoming one of my favorite calls ever.
No, but I'm mad now. And
Why?
we normally say with Dave we're not mad, but I just
because of that big F.
Come on, we're having a good time. We have a party with George Wallace in here. We're having fun,
He's
and
having fun.
he cools the room down.
He's having his own kind
He's
of fun.
cooling
too.
down the room with bad comedy.
He's having fun. Caller, what's up? We only got like a 2-minute break. So
Okay.
what's up? Caller, go ahead. If you're there. I don't think they're
Put
there.
your seatbelt on.
Oh,
it's Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
Hey, hi guys.
Hi,
How you doing?
Kathy.
I'm sorry. Driving, and my husband didn't have his seatbelt on.
Oh, that
You
guy.
didn't buckle him in?
I got it.
Oh,
Wait,
Mr. Wallace was so good.
wait. Your husband is letting you, the aneurysm
Yes, he
stroke
is.
survivor, drive?
Yes.
What
he is.
level of laziness does he have? I mean, at any moment, you
No,
could
he's
leave the
just
planet.
amazing to let me do that. Amazing.
Wow.
Which side of the road do you drive on?
Listen, guys, I got a problem.
Okay.
I've got 2 people coming down from Chicago to see an eclipse that's not going to happen.
Oh, it's happening. You're not going to see it.
Yeah, it's going to
different.
happen in outer space.
Right,
but-
and we're going out to a farm near our house, so there's going to be nobody but us unless we're getting rained on. Anyway, I think they're going to want some sushi. So, and not, really highfalutin, but
Right.
not yucky.
You're looking for a
Medium.
suggestion?
Yes, I am.
I got a place.
Oh, okay, what is it?
H-E-B.
all kinds. You can get
All kinds.
whatever you want.
They
And
make
making it
chopsticks
fresh or
right there.
free.
Shrimp tempura.
Take as many chopsticks
Come on,
as you
Also, you
want.
get
Anything
extra
good?
packs of soy sauce.
And they got the rangoons and
It's
the...
not bad. The rolls are not
And
bad.
There's got to be a restaurant. There's got to be a restaurant you can name.
I'll send you some recommendations. I
Not
got
too far
some.
north. Do you? Chewy good.
I have
That'd be
a few
wonderful.
that, there's a few far north that I think are good, but I'll send you some.
We don't want them north. We want them south.
What's your budget?
Hey, you love Evangeline Cafe, right?
I don't know. They're biased, so I don't know what my...
Uchi.
Yeah, you love Evangeline Cafe, right?
Uh-huh, yeah.
Go order whatever you want there and tell them not to cook it.
Yeah, right. Radio.
Oh, no, sushi south? Is that even...
Come on, you guys have gone to so many
South of the
sushi
river?
restaurants.
There's a few
Yeah.
places. There's a handful of places.
Yeah.
Is
down
there?
south.
What am I not... Why can't I...
There's Soto.
Well,
there's-
because sushi south of the river sounds like a
Soto?
euphemism for something else.
Like
you know what I mean?
how high and mighty are they in the sushi world? Because there's sushi and then
no.
there's sushi.
Well, no, there's... Let's have
I mean, how
some
much
good
do you want to
sushi.
spend? Because I would send you out to Bastrop to go to that.
and now the reservations are already booked.
Bath?
I
Oh,
tried.
they?
Come on now, dude. No, don't do that.
That's $155 a person.
Then HEB then.
They're not going to let her husband in at the place in Bastrop. They're not going to let Dick in over there.
No.
You know what I mean? When he shows up and his toes are hanging out of his sandals.
Yeah.
I'll send you
Those
some
aren't even
places.
sandals. His toes are just broken through the front of his shoes.
But if you don't want to go up
geez,
north
you
to
guys are terrible.
There's a
Sushi
couple places
Junai?
in Lakeway.
Sushi Junai is all you can eat, $35.
Yeah, here's the deal. Let
Sushi denies?
Sushi Junai, but it's up north.
sushi two guys.
Oh, you guys.
Hold
I don't
on.
wanna drive out. The traffic's going to be bad.
We're going to let you know. Chewy can talk to you off air as well.
I'll send you some, Kathy. I got your number.
We got to get back on. We have to get back on time.
Okay. Love you guys.
Love you too,
Bye.
sweetheart. Love you too.
Should have texted me directly.
Bob, you want to tell people about Law Tigers?
Oh, you know, I love to tell people about the Law
Please
Tigers.
Remember, we're not going anywhere. We don't even go to 10 anymore. We go way past that. So you hang with
whenever
us.
we leave whenever we want.
Back in, whole team here. Matt, Bob, Chewy. It's mornings with Matt and Bob, powered by Chewy. We have giveaways coming up this morning, too. And then we're going to have a ton tomorrow.
We have too many tickets.
Tomorrow's a Good Friday. By the way, in the 9 o'clock hour tomorrow, Alan Stuhlberg from Revival Cycles, the man behind Revival Cycles, and the Hand-Built Motorcycle Show will be in here. Hand-Built Motorcycle Show a week away.
Yeah. Always a treat.
Not this weekend, but next weekend.
And fun for the whole family.
It is.
I took my kids out there last year. They enjoyed it. Someone took a kid out there and let their kid climb on a bike, which is a
Don't do that.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
no,
saw that
don't.
kid, and then I went over there and was like, "Hey, do you have a parent here with you?" And he goes, "Who are you?"
Damn.
I was like, "Damn, this little mother."
I would have whipped my bill down.
Bob is furious.
Yeah, I'm mad at you
Chewy
guys.
and I.
Because I send you show research and show materials, and then you guys don't even take the time. I watch all your stupid videos and memes that you send me, and I send you a clip.
And by the way, we're just sending him clips of his own YouTube show.
I don't watch that.
Dude, what's it called? Pro geo finding?
Guessing. There is a league of pro geo guessers.
Bob
and I'm
decided.
fascinated by this. My son Dylan turned me on to it. This guy named Rainbolt. He's the best in class. He's the GOAT. He's the Michael Jordan of pro geo guessing.
Bob, it's fake.
It's not fake. It's absolutely not fake. All right, go ahead. Tell me. I'm showing you a street. Where are we? Give me the country, or give me the state, or give me the country. Where? And he doesn't get to see the street name, by the way. I'm going to even let you see that.
All right.
I see a cross. I'm going to say I see low trees. I see in a crosswalk that looks like an American sign. I'm going to go with Hawaii.
Oh, that's wrong. That's the Florida Keys.
I almost said the Keys.
That's the Florida. That's the road right here. Here
Why
it is.
didn't I say the Keys though?
Here it is on the map.
I'm not kidding you. I almost went with Keys, and it really would have upset you.
It would have upset me, but that's exactly what he does. He knows the different styles of where countries have. Sometimes they'll have like some countries have two yellow lines on each side of the road. America doesn't have that. We got yellow down the middle and white on each side. He knows the materials that the light posts and the telephone poles are made of. You know, telephone poles in some countries are concrete and are shaped different. He knows the signs, the stripes on the poles, and he's pretty amazing, Rainbolt. You got to check him out. And you guys didn't watch that video where he looks at, they flash a street, a Google Street View for 1/10 of a second.
And one that he already looked up.
He has to not guess
That's what I think it is. I think he's just recognizing because he's already seen it before.
No, why would he do that?
Because
for all the views and money.
For all the money he's making from it.
Why did we do anything?
Why did Alex Jones continue to tell us, oh yeah, I don't believe that, but then tell his followers something else?
You guys are callous,
He said,
man.
I do that because I'm making millions. That's what he said to you.
Really
Remember
have that view of the world?
Yes.
We're not
that everybody's
saying-
out to scam you?
Yes.
Then we must be out scamming people.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
We are. And what's our scam? Because we're not making...
We've told people for a long time that you're entertaining.
Yeah. And we've been fooling them.
I'm the only one that's... What's our scam? If everybody in the business is scamming...
Do you want to know what our scam is? Do you want to know what our scam is?
Will you at least watch the video?
I will honestly tell you what our scam
Tell him
is.
the scam. So he's in on it.
In this business, they should have gotten rid of us a long time ago and replaced us with an iPod.
iPods can't talk.
That's true.
They can't make funny jokes.
That's our scam.
They don't need health insurance or a salary.
You really
either.
think this guy's...
I think he can do what you're saying, but some of those other videos I think are set up to get more viral views.
Exactly.
The quick second one is set up.
No, this guy knows.
Some other version.
He spent like 6 years of his life looking at just Google Maps.
But he's not even looking at a Google map. He's looking at a picture of a dirt road, and he goes, "Oh, Germany." And the thing is that I'm telling you, I think it's... he's like, "Oh, I've seen this image before. I remember it."
No.
Why do
that's
you
not
need?
true.
Why do you need this truth in your life?
Because
Okay?
I like to know that there are people that have skills.
There
like
are.
this.
But it's not like a magic trick where you can do it in a
But
second.
you're commenting and you didn't even watch it.
You're telling me what happened.
But I don't think it does it justice. If you looked at the video and you said, "Oh, this is how he's doing it,"
I need like the amazing James Randi to try to.
See, yeah, you'll fall for a magician or a psychic.
He's not a magician. He's the one that debunked all of the people faking stuff.
You believe that a guy can see for 1/10 of a second, see an image, and know exactly in the world what it is, but you can't.
This guy
but you
debunks
can't
other
believe that after
geoguessers
being
that cheat.
dead, a guy came back, rose into heaven, and has saved your soul.
What did he just say?
All for your sins. Let's go to Aaron. Aaron.
Hey, could y'all bring George Wallace back as opposed to talking about a dude that knows what a road looks like in another country?
Yeah. I'd like to hear.
What is your skill, sir?
I can
Besides
drive a
bad
dump
phone
truck
calls.
backwards
What?
a mile.
You can, okay.
Right, hold on. Let's try to.
But these
I'm going
guys
to try to
will-
geoguess where he is.
These guys
in a
will
truck
say
on a
you're
highway.
cheating.
Wait, you could drive a dump truck backward?
Yeah.
Okay, you're off Bluff Springs Road.
Did he get it right?
No, McNeil. You're on McNeil.
No, the dump trucks are off of. They're leaving at this hour. They're leaving the Del Valle area and coming on Bluff Springs.
You're on MLK. You're on 969.
Yeah, you're on 969.
How close are we?
Not anywhere near.
Shoot.
Hunter Road. Anyone know where that's at?
On the way to your mom's house.
All right. Did you have an opinion about pro geo?
Davis Highway.
Did you have an opinion about pro geoguessing,
And
or are you just trying
technically, sir, we're not talking about pro geoguessing. We're talking about.
I'm anti geoguessing.
We're talking about why is Bob suddenly entertained by this weird. Like, what has happened in his life that this has become his thing all of a
My
sudden?
son showed it to me. We enjoy watching the videos.
It's all fake.
But you can't prove that. To
Okay,
me.
but where does tell me in life, where does the fake end and where does it begin?
The internet,
bro.
The internet.
Pass
So
the bomb.
you're saying everything
It begins before the video,
but everything
and it ends after it.
Everything on the internet is fake.
Take your retirement.
Asshole.
Well, I may have to release you on your own recognizance, sir.
You're done, dude.
You're
done. Hey,
You're out.
You've been released for the phone.
You've been released. Thank you for calling. Please call back.
I'll take one or two
Don't stop
shots from a
listening.
listener, but when you go for third or fourth, what a dickhead,
He
man.
took it, yeah.
I don't care if you drive a dump truck. I'm starting to understand.
That was the hardest F you've ever dropped on the show.
Yeah,
I've
you meant
never
that one.
seen you
meant
have
that
that
one.
much
Well, no, you don't
force.
come at me like 3 times. I was counting them. I was like, okay, there's one. I know it's my day. Everybody's having fun. Okay, there's a second one. I mean, it got some intent. The third one, it's like, hey, seriously, you're not really giving us any compelling content either. I'm trying to bring up something that people are watching, and we're having a debate about whether it's legit or it's not legit. Just because it's something that doesn't interest you, dirt doesn't interest me. But apparently you're obsessed with it. Well, great. We all need to make a living. I'm not putting it down. I've been a janitor. I pump gas. I pump tane down in New Orleans. I've done a lot of things. I sold cameras from a counter at a military exchange. I've done a lot of things. But don't come at me because I'm trying to create some content. You have no idea. They had to come down and tell us to do more show. So we're doing more show. So love it or leave it.
Let's take a different
We don't
call.
need you. We don't need you.
Well,
We didn't lose a listener. You lost a show.
Hey, real quick though, Bob, I did just order some dirt to my house for the backyard. Can you wait till that gets delivered? Because what if he was my
sorry.
dirt guy? Can
Hey.
you wait 1 week before going after Aaron?
Yeah.
Hey,
you
Aaron.
just got a phone call. It's
No,
from Sandy Loam. It's a little joke we used to play. We used to do this in the office. This is before I was in radio and I was in advertising. We get remember those little pink slips that said while you were out? And we put the phone number of a dirt company and we'd put under it's person that called, Sandy Loam.
We used to do it with the initials L and C, and then the last name DECAU.
D-A...
Yeah, this is. Can you?
Yeah, I got to see. I got to visualize.
Let me show it to you.
I'm red hot right now. I'm red.
I know it.
I'm seeing red rats right now.
Let's call.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ask for that person.
LC DeCow?
Yeah. But you give him the board number and you have him call for LC DeCow. So stupid. It's so stupid. The dumb stuff you do when you work at a warehouse that you're just trying to entertain yourself.
I know. I'm sorry, dude. I know you were just trying to be funny, but come on, man. I'm sensitive, you know.
We're getting mean to her. I was mean to a guy the other day on Monday.
The first two I took.
It's
the third one, come on.
It happens right after spring break, and usually until we get to summer, we start getting meaner with the callers again, and then they get meaner with us, and then we all go back to kumbaya.
Yeah, and we tried to have fun with him too, so I think Bob's right.
I think
Bob's
Aaron's
right
a good guy. I think Aaron's a good guy.
It wasn't the Aaron we know, is it?
No, that wasn't Aaron.
It's another Aaron.
This guy we know, Sherman.
What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, Sherman?
Hey, I tow dump trucks, so give me that guy's number, and when I got to tow him, I'll rough him up for you, Bob.
Thank you.
It's all in fun.
I'll put him under a plant for you.
It's all in fun.
Bob father like that.
Oh, it was good. I wish I was recording off air because that was a good F. There's like
it really
3
was,
Fs
dude.
in that
You
F-bomb.
really.
Thank
I
you,
can't
Sherm.
believe how much. Thanks, Sherm.
It's still in this micro. It's right here in this.
The F is still
Yeah,
in the
it's
mic.
still
It's
lingering
caught in the
in there.
microphone.
It's
You
so-
popped it so hard.
But now we leave the door open, and I'm wondering what the rest of the building heard or thought.
You know what I do like about our show is that it turns out that here's what we have covered: the commercial driver's license tangent. That's our group of people, right?
Yeah. I might get my CDL just to be with him.
You might want to get the CD's nuts. I got you so good. You're
Son of a
done, dude.
bitch.
You're done.
Yeah, and I like that guy because I may have to work with him.
I know.
At some point.
Well, he's called before. I just like, hey, Bob, you might want to go ahead and just take that retirement. Hey, you might want to go. Boom.
You might want to go. And with that many Fs, there was like 4 or 5. You wanted him to hear the F.
I got to clean my computer screen after that one. It's like, I'm
So
sorry,
well
dude.
timed.
I'm sorry, dude. You push
Are you
my button. You were
adrenaline-
trying
oh, wait.
You're trying to push my button, and
You're
you
doing something that I do sometimes, which is now the adrenaline is going down and you're feeling guilty. But that guy didn't
No,
take
I'm
it
worried now because
personally,
this guy's in disposal.
and he can bury your body in the
Yeah.
back of a truck. I don't think he took anything personally about it. I think that's just guy ribbon.
Well, he did hang up.
No, we didn't hang up. Bob, Chewy hung up on him.
All right.
Yeah.
We said we have to dispatch with you now because anytime anybody gets Bob to the area to that level of F, we have to dispatch with you.
Yeah, this is your house. You can't have
I've
someone.
never done that. How many times have I done that in my career? Maybe 3 times?
I can see 3. I saw 3.
That's not true. That is not true.
More?
Yes.
I don't think
I
so.
think
I'm not
3
like that.
to
I
this
think
level.
No.
Other people have
There
done
was the
that.
hockey stick.
That was
and
off
then
the
there
air,
was
though.
the
The
F
hockey
one.
stick was off
There's
the
a time
air.
the woman said you look tired.
But
and
that
you,
was a
and you
million
told
years
that,
ago.
You told that woman to her face, why
Well,
don't
she
you go
was
F
in the
yourself?
room.
Statute of
No,
limitations.
I didn't. I said I asked her to leave, but I don't think I cussed.
You said, why don't you go? You said
Well,
you
she
need to
flipped
go.
me off on my show, like she was sitting in the corner. Audience of 1.
I want to get mad.
Remember
at this
that?
one.
That was about 25 years ago, though. 20 years ago.
Give him one, Chewy.
I want to get mad at a listener.
Hey, somebody call up here right now so that Chewy can yell at
Say
you.
something I'm offended
I'm
by.
not proud of it. Not proud of it.
You
But I
shouldn't.
think it's what he was trying to get me to do. Don't you think?
I think yes. I think he was busting your balls.
Yeah, I mean, and most people making jokes, they're not aware either of like what's funny or what's
Or
over
what the rest
line.
of the show has been like how many you've taken in the last
Yeah,
4
yeah,
hours?
it was that moment, and he crossed a line or a boundary, and
I'm
some
sorry I
people aren't
went
aware
Dalton
of
on you.
those.
I went
And
Roadhouse.
I have a bad habit of revving you to where you're just below the line of exploding every day.
Yeah.
So it doesn't take much from a caller.
No.
And I'm an instigator. I gas everybody
I
up.
know. I know.
I'll gas them all up.
We're all instigators, I think. It's part of the fun. I came in here and just started to talk this morning about some diet I'm going on, and it turned into you making fun of my family and calling us racist. And it hurt my feelings a little bit.
You did have a white party.
You did hurt my feelings a little bit. So, hey, can I say one
Should've
thing?
told George Wallace
well,
about
I was
that
getting
white
ready to say
party.
thank you very much for not bringing up the white party in front of George Wallace.
wouldn't do that
I've been
to you.
mortified.
White party? You mean Republican?
No, we were just wearing clothing because it was a beach thing, and my wife wanted to take a picture. Shut up.
All right. I think we're close to. I think we got to play a little song here for the people.
Okay.
512-834-0937. We have tickets to Heart and Cheap
Korn.
Trick. We have tickets to Korn, and we have tickets to go see Andrew Schultz.
Yes.
You can choose you pick your tick. Pick your tick. 512-834-0937. Tomorrow you can't pick your tick. Tomorrow you got to only get what we're giving out to you, and we'll have a lot of fun. Also, our friend Sawyer Stull in here tomorrow.